What is up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video. I wasn't even going to go live, but shout out to the lead attorney. I'm inspired to go live. I haven't really given my opinion on the Dr. Dre situation, so I definitely want to do that right now. Hopefully, Roger is in the building or will eventually be in the building because I know he was. Let me hit him with the chat. I know he was. I'm gonna talk about a couple of things actually. You know how we do. We basically freestyle it out here for the most part. Let's see. I got a couple of things. We're going to talk about some stuff that's going on in the sphere. Make sure you share the stream. And well, yeah, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun today. I'm going to spit today. What's up, Adam Williams? That's Caliber. A lot of the old heads. Angela, Don Calypso, just being jazzy. What is up? Make sure y'all support the Cash App on this Friday night. All right. So, you know why the Dr. Dre situation is interesting to me? It's because I think a lot of black people can see a lot of their family issues in the Dr. Dre situation. I never knew my grandmother. I didn't know my dad. I had a stepfather. Didn't know my maternal. So I don't know like a lot of my dad's family at all. Maternal, grandmother biologically, I don't know because I only had a step grandmother that my mom hates. And then I had my, obviously my grandfather who he's passed. My mom is the youngest in her family. I got another sibling that's in jail for murder. Not my sibling, but my mom's. Yeah. And he, killing a step kid. This shit is all way before my time. And my family actually is not a broke family necessarily. I wouldn't say I come from money at all, but it's definitely more upper middle class. So you got like the Hatfield McCoy situation going on. So there's a lot of different like dynamics on a lot of different stuff. And yeah, so that's gonna be my little backstory on that. So when you look at the Dr. Dre situation in a lot of its dynamics, it's a lot of moving parts. And when you deal with stuff like family, especially in context of the gynocracy, oh my fucking god, yo, it's just a lot of emotional. It's too much emotional shit for most black people to even really be able to comprehend, other than looking for what's right in front of their face, and most of them can't do that. So let's look at Dre's age. I just want to get some facts here. Dr. Dre is 56 years old. He's 56 years old. Shout out to Rihanna for hitting billionaire status. That should tell you the power of black economics. Because I believe maybe she surpassed Kylie. I don't know, but that should be something to get the women shutting the fuck up. 820 million. Then you're looking at the fact that technically just that award money, by the way, that his wife was awarded, that's not the end of that story. That divorce is still ongoing. That's just what she got now. So it could be she gets more. So people going back and forth with if that's a win or a loss. I would say this, it could be worse. If that's all that happens, that could be worse. And I think people pay attention to the number and don't really pay attention to like how much money he's got coming in, and most likely will come in because they're investments. So really that money is really probably like a tax write-off for him. But we'll see if he get how much more she's able to get to make a determination on that. I'm going to talk for a little bit, then I'll drop the link, let this rev up, because this is going to be a panel. What's up, Smooth? What's up, Jim Rat? Also, if you haven't, make sure you all join the Discord. It's getting live in there. I try to have it organized as well because I went. It's kind of like my own like forum. So and women are welcome in the Discord as well. I even have a thing like I'm gonna have maybe one or two female threads. So women are definitely welcome in the Discord. And I know some people would be like, "Oh man, isn't this intel?" Yeah, and if somebody gets stupid, they'll get kicked out, male or female. But understanding my personal telegrams is where I keep the real intel at. This is more something that's kind of like in the gate, but not a gate of the gate. So I treat the Discord like it's public. The Discord's like a living a living comment section. But yeah, I was listening to the lead attorney. I was listening to the lead attorney, and he definitely drives really good discussions. It was a stupid bitch on there. It was a lot of women on there. It was one particular stupid bitch, and it was funny because she looked like a fucking fool. See, it's hard to act up when you got other black women on there, and then the dude showing his face, and he doesn't look like, and everybody's getting along, but this one female. It's hard to play the gender card game. You end up looking stupid. But anyway, let's give the take. So Dre is worth what? About $820 million. $820 million, 56 years old. How many kids he's got. And a lot of people always like, a lot of these dudes got a lot of kids. A lot of, yeah, they say Dre has 7 kids. He had 8, but 1 passed because, he that really hit him hard. So 7, is that all? 7 kids? And then he probably got step kids and shit like that too. And dudes don't really pay people. And it says these are by 5 different women. And, I think it's important. It's important. He has 5 siblings. It's important to kind of outline that. Yeah, it may be more. I just Googled it. So it may be more. But you got to remember, a lot of these dudes, you got to remember, back in the day, for dudes that are like 60 and up, maybe 65 and up, it wasn't like, you in New York, it wasn't enough for these dudes to have like that many kids. They ain't got that kind of money, right? So we don't talk about that because we're so used to like this millennial shit where motherfuckers ain't having kids to that level. But it ain't nothing like what Dre did in his age bracket. He's kind of on the younger end of that, but like that's not abnormal. It's not. People say Papa was a Rolling Stone and all of that, and again, that has more to do. And I'm not sitting here. We always focus on what black men are not doing, but the truth is that's more about that village wife shit. A lot of the women are on. Because see, you can't get that many kids by that many men unless the women volunteer for that. The women, I'm sorry, and the women control sexual access. So the truth is, and Dre had that in the beginning. So that before he had money, right? So a lot of that really comes from women. This is why when women say things like, "I don't want to deal with a man with kids," I know that all of that is cap. Everything depends on the sexual attraction. Today, the sexual attraction to the man. If a woman is sexually attracted, she's going to be down for a lot. Okay? All that bullshit goes out the fucking window. So I don't even, and men know that, men understand that. Women, for some reason they believe, and maybe because there are suckers out there that will buy into that shit, but there's people that believe that, there's people that believe that women. No, most women today don't got the sexual discipline to say no to a situation if they're attracted enough. They just don't. So a lot of this man sharing shit, this has been going on. So when you look at how many kids he got by how many different women, Eddie Murphy, a lot of them, Jay-Z, a lot of them, right? Now you start to see how it could be only certain men having a whole bunch of kids. What's his name? Steven Jackson. Um, NBA player. Like multiple kids, like it's not abnormal. And these are dudes that's got money. This is not abnormal for dudes that don't have money. So that man sharing shit happens. Now, what is it? I don't know about his daughter. I don't believe his daughter got all them kids by one different dude. I don't believe that. That's firstly. But let's go into the situation. Now, I haven't really been going deep in the conversations with it. I'm not really familiar with what Roger said, what Ramil said, and all of that. So some of this stuff may be repetitive to you. But let's jump right into it a little bit. Yeah, what's up, Georgia boy? Let's keep this all the way 100. So I'm going to give a fresh take. Now, first of all, I'm not even going to get started on what one of the dudes on the lead attorney said. I'll get into that in a minute, but I just want to give my take. I believe he who has the gold makes the rules. And the reality of the situation is, if I get that, let's say I get that kind of money. We won't even say that kind of money. Let's say like 100 mil. We won't even go into like billion, 100 mil, right? And let's say I got the spread that he's got as far as kids and women. Okay, this is how this is going to go down. Number one, I make the rules. I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to be a tyrant, but there's going to be certain things that doesn't happen. And if it does happen, there's, you either not going to be in the will or you're not going, or are you going to get cut off? That means something. And the reality is, sure, you can buy houses for people that's in your name. And then you say, okay, yeah, what's up, Char Willie? It's been a minute. And then create kind of infrastructure that way. But the truth is, there's something to be said about you getting it on your own. And I definitely believe in helping people out. And when I say help out, I mean giving them an ability to kind of compete. I believe that. Jason Black talks about that. But I can talked about that in the past. But I can also tell you straight up, you're not gonna be fucking problematic. You're not. I'll give you a perfect example. Take somebody like T.I. Women had a very big issue with T.I. checking the hymen of his daughter. Or he didn't do it himself. He had the doctor do it. That's like a gynecologist or whatever, right? But at the end of the day, he was paying for her school. And so she could do what she want to do, but he was paying for her school. And see, a lot of women had an issue. Now, when you look at Tiny's daughter, who was preggo, he didn't have that same kind of control. My point is, if you like, let's cut the cap. Even people that were raised by single mothers, or you had a stepdad in the home, the women are very clear. The hand that you will not bite the hands that feed you. K-Dot, I saw that got launched. I'm in the Telegram. I'm not worried about that. That's not relevant. I'm tired of talking about irrelevant people. And I'm gonna get Charles in here. But the reality of the situation is, we know that if it was black women that had all the money, and then you had motherfuckers, men or women, daughters or sons, that were absolutely problematic and out of control, nobody would say nothing about those. If a mother was cutting off her daughter because her daughter just wanted to do anything and everything, nobody would be complaining. You know how I know this? Kobe Bryant and his mother. Kobe Bryant's parents had money, right? They had money, not Kobe money, but they had money, and they had millions, maybe like 10 or something. They were not poor, but Kobe's mother sold his NBA trophies and stuff. Why? Because she was mad. Because Kobe decided to not only marry somebody quote unquote outside the race, but also Kobe dared to do what he wanted to do. And so she retaliated. See, when black women retaliate, black people don't have a problem. And this includes black women retaliating against other black women as far as mothers to daughters. That's that matriarchy gynocentric bullshit, right? But see, when you flip it and men do that, now motherfuckers want to be Mr. And what really annoyed me, and I'm jumping around a little bit, what really annoyed me about lead attorney in the end, it really prompted me to do this video, was there was a woman on there that she wanted to bring up like Dre's abusive accusations and what he's done. And I'm like, okay, he's beat up women. You know what? That's a horrible thing. But at the same time, if females still want to fuck with him, that's on them. Okay? And one thing that I would say to that is, number one, that has nothing to do with this topic of the daughter situation. Nothing to do with that. And number two, to the extent that you people want to bring that in there, if black women, it's not like it wasn't known that's who he was. It's not like that wasn't a reputation in Cali, in that area, that's who Dre was. And so if you still deal with him, you're walking into that situation knowing what the possibilities are. Am I saying that gives him a green light? No, I'm not. And he's been able to navigate that pretty well. Personally, I think because he's got Jimmy Iovine behind him, that's protected him and been the main thing that really protects him. But my point is, all this quote unquote accountability, because this is where I really got mad. She tried to sit here and say that that's a problem in the black community. No, that's not. That's a problem with who black women are sexually attracted to. If you are sexually attracted to men that like to whoop your ass, that's not my problem. I'm sorry. You're stupid. The end. If you so fucking masculine, do you like motherfuckers that man, like, I'm sorry. Y'all not gonna play like y'all these little, y'all, you should, you know good and well that somebody would tell you a dude that may be an abuser to not engage with him at all. You should not deal with somebody like that. It don't matter. He loved me. Okay. It is what it is. But what you're not going to do is sit there and try to spread that out and make it like all black men are doing that. Like, oh, well, that just needs to be addressed. No, it doesn't. You all need to stop fucking niggas that like to hit you. And if you do, then who am I to judge you? It's really that simple. But what I'm not going to do is go on a send-off mission for a nigga that whooped your ass because you like to fuck with niggas that whoop your ass. And there's a lot of women like that. Rihanna herself. Rihanna wanted to go back to Chris Brown. And guess what? They had to threaten Rihanna with her financial career in order for her to leave Chris Brown alone. So that's freedom for you. And by the way, I say the same thing to dudes. Once you say a woman is crazy, but that pussy's good though, then you, as far as I'm concerned, anything she does after that part is your fault because you knowingly went into that situation. I'm sorry. That's how I feel about that. But that has nothing to do with this situation. So going back to his daughter, you know, when you look at these rappers, you look at some of these kids and they get in whatever. I don't even want to approach it from an entitlement standpoint. I mean, here's what the facts. Facts are really Dre was paying. It's only been like, 18 months since Dre stopped really paying her. Now, we don't know how much money he was giving her, but the reality is, situation is, you know, him giving her money has clearly not helped her because I promise you he's giving her enough money for her to have a house. Or for her to have a roof over her head. And so you got to really think. The first thing you want to do is get that shit. Like, you ain't got no equity. You ain't got nothing. You got to really think about that. It's like you ain't got nothing. That's the first thing. Second thing is, and shout out to Glenn and Cameron. Because I've been listening to all them videos of Glenn and Cameron off of doing Hire Car and Turo. So I actually got a unique perspective on this shit. So I already know motherfuckers that they be renting Range Rovers and how much that costs. Because Glenn and Cameron's literally running a business with that and buying massive amount of cars. Y'all should check it out on the Money Lab. Really good shit. Especially considering he's a digital marketer and going into business, you know, not business, but going to brick and mortar stuff. So I kind of have a unique thing. So for her to order to get a car week to week like that, this 2,300, that tells you a lot about her mentality. And that tells you she's got a childlike mentality. I promise you, she has never been really held accountable for shit. Not really. Not really. And you can tell by some of the things that she's doing. And I got family members like that. I got females in my family that are like that. No, yeah, I get it with Jim Rat, with the lead attorney. And I should play some clips, to be honest with you, because that shit that that Frank said about, he should take. I'm gonna address that in a second. But so I'm observing how she acts, and I remember when she spoke out against Dre. And I can tell you, if he was giving her money then she probably didn't like the amount of money she was getting. And then I also am very sure that she ain't getting no money from the niggas she had kids with, which tells me everything about the niggas she got kids with. And I know that because the kids are with friends. They're not with their fathers. They're with friends. So based on all of these cards that we're gathering together, class, to look at this situation, we got the niggas you got kids with ain't shit. And I know you got more than one nigga. It ain't just one nigga. It probably three, at least two. Obviously she's the oldest. So Dre had, when he was 19, the girl was 17, the woman was 17. So that's already that. And then you're talking about Dre. Dre is 56 minus 19, meaning he 19 years, that's 37 years. 2021 minus 37. So that's 1984. 1984. So we talking about the height. You already know, BGS already told you about what was going on in that era, right? Everybody was wilding out in the 80s. We ain't got nothing on these motherfuckers in the 80s. We still ain't got nothing on these motherfuckers in the 80s. Remember that. Millennials and Zs, and I'd say alphas, we ain't got shit on how these motherfuckers were in the 80s. Let's just make that very clear. The shit that was going on in the 80s was that Grand Theft Auto was made off of that. So you look at all these things, and remember, I was actually born in Dominguez Hospital in Compton in 1986. So you look at all this like cocktail of shit, and really it goes to somebody that's really never really had to really get it like that. Not really. She might as well be an addict the way she's living her life. And then when you look at the kids that she has, none of that, like, yeah, it is what it is. And so the argument is, well, Dre should just take care of her just cause, or the parent or the grandkids don't understand. Well, it's not on them to understand. Your mama ain't shit. The end. And her mama probably won't shit. If Dre could have picked, he probably wouldn't even have. Well, I take that back because he had 4 kids. That's 4 kids by the same woman, apparently. But people want to just come down to like it's accountability, or it's deeper than that. I mean, it really is. Then you got dude named Frank, on lead attorney's thing, and he cammed up. He's a father. I'm not, alpha as far as like the alpha omega stuff. So I'm not about to beat on him too bad. I'm not about to just straight like roast him. But he said something I highly disagree with, where he was talking about, well, it's his moral responsibility to take care of his kids like that. And he kept on harping on, that's his daughter, that's his daughter, that's his daughter. I really don't believe he'd feel the same way if it was a son. That's the first thing. The second thing is, he literally said, like the lead attorney said, what if she kills one of your grandkids, your granddaughter? And then he said, well, I believe in redemption. I'm like, nigga, okay, you can have that opinion as a personal opinion. You're entitled to that. But that's like very irresponsible to say. That's irresponsible to create that expectation that's how other black men that are parents, that's an irresponsible expectation, because that's a recipe for a disastrous community. Like, I'm sorry. Because you literally are low-key destroying your kids by you having that mentality. And it's like, are you serious? Oh, and see, fundamentally, you have to believe that women are fundamentally good to even believe that. You have to. And so I was like, yo, he can have his opinion, but his opinion is biased as fuck. His opinion is biased as fuck. And I'm like, yo, clearly, he's looking at how he feels about his kids and basically retroacting. Like, dude, like, you don't know what some of these motherfuckers be out here doing. And it's like, look, and nobody really agreed with that. Anyway, I'm dropping a link for y'all to get in here. But no, I don't have to bring all the red pill stuff into it. I mean, at the end of the day, man, you know, you're not just because you're somebody's kid, you're not old nothing. If anything, your parents' job is to basically put you in a position where you can compete. And Dre has done that. Dre put her through private school. There's a lot of stuff Dre did. And people want to, and then so when I hear women, they want to sit there and talk about like stuff that Dre did as far as on the abuse side, like that's some excuse. That's bullshit. You're not old shit. And that's just them like pandering for fucking money. Anyway, what's up, Charles?
Woo! What's up?
Oh, nothing much, man. You know, it was wilding out on the lead attorney thing. So it was a good conversation. Though. It was a couple of,
I've been
but
over there.
to
I
get
had to.
my
I
take
had
on
to.
it.
I've been over there. I had to take the battle axe and the soda power over there and chop off a few heads.
He's got a
Actually,
great
one
crowd, though.
got a great crowd. It's just that some of the chicks he get on there, them older, past their prime. I'm in the top reserves, 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out the year, type of shit that they're on.
Yeah, oh yeah, like that one woman, like she was spitting some facts, though, but she had some venom in there too. Because I was like, look, it's one thing to say that he's first of all, shout out to the I forget his name. I'm sorry, I'm not a wrestling person, but the black dude that won the gold in wrestling.
Which one? Oh, you talk about Gabe Stevenson?
Yeah, I'm
Shout
not
out
even.
to shout out to David Taylor. Well, we sent 5 men over there in U.S. wrestling. All 5 men are coming back with medals.
Oh,
And
that is something in and of
uh,
itself. So
I
yeah, so
told you, I told you, I've told a lot of people USA wrestling is the shit. Not including that. And the women's side, shout out to Tamira, the first black woman to ever get a gold medal in wrestling, and we got
Yeah,
Helen
personalities
Massar. She's the first woman period to get a Olympic medal in America, and she got bronze. Another chick got bronze, and I think we got 2 more for bronze, and one more. Cal Snyder, he's going to wrestle for gold or silver tomorrow. So
Wait, didn't Tamira get gold?
yes,
Oh,
she
okay. I
was
thought you
the
said she got bronze.
well, she should have because she's the reigning world champion. she's she's literally the number one female wrestler in the world.
oh wow.
When they came out with rankings, she's the number one female wrestler in the world.
Shit, you would
Very
think sisters would control that shit, and I'm not. I mean, I ain't trying to take no shots, but like for that's an easy gimme. But nah, that's
well,
still
Nah,
a
nah.
really
it
great
requires
thing.
a lot of
Because that it's the discipline thing, and thank
yeah.
God she's disciplined because her father was from Ghana, so God rest his soul. But sisters don't want to do anything that they're gonna sweat their hairs out too many.
Yeah, and
But
wrestling's extremely hard. From like the one time I did it, oh my god, Jesus Christ, I never went back after that first year.
I loved it. I kind of wish that I had the sponsorships, the guys have now, and God bless them. By the way, to let you know, this is how rare Olympic gold is. Before this Olympics, only three black men had Olympic gold. That was Kenny Monday, who was the first in '88, Kevin Jackson in '92, um, Jordan Burroughs in '12. Now you have the fourth black person, which is Tamir, and then you have the fifth, which is Gabe Stevenson.
That's the young guy that just won the other day against
I mean, yeah, you got to think he didn't have a easy road. He went against the defending a two-time world and the reigning Olympic champion and embarrassed him. I mean, 8-0.
he had that big
I mean,
lead, right?
8-0, and he pushed the guy out and told him, come to the center. I was like, good God, I was like, after saying that, I'm like, he's gonna steamroll to the gold. I mean, then he went to the last minute. It was literally 0.6
Yeah,
seconds left on the clock and won.
I got
That's what
these
you
dudes.
call. See, that's the hustle I be talking about. Like, and see, when it comes to black people and discipline, that's if we just had a little bit of discipline, we'll always triumph in sports like that in combat
Oh
sports.
yeah, you just got motherfuckers. You just got a lot of these subcultures. And look, man, I'm not saying it's got to be one thing on some fashion shit, but people got to know how to like dial in and dial out a certain shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the problem, and even with Shikari, and I don't even mean to bring that up because you're dealing with people that actually saw it from
Shakari,
online.
I'm gonna say this: Shakari can't even touch Tamira's fucking wrestling shoes.
Not
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. So it's just, and especially with social media, where really it's almost like, why would you, when you know you can get put on like financially?
Hmm.
You know, because that's only gonna be, because that's what do you hear all these women say? Well, this ain't paying my bills. That ain't paying. That's code for I want to do what's least amount of work, and it is what it is.
Hmm.
Her stuff is yet to be written, but you know, you hear some things she's
Well,
saying. So, like I said, we'll see.
But here's the
not
point
only
that I
that
get
though,
at right now. But here's the point I'm gonna get at. You have a extremely dark, dark skinned woman who did something no other black woman has done. As a matter of fact, the
hmm
lady she wrestled from Nigeria, that's the first medal in wrestling Nigeria had. As a matter of fact, Nigeria only had 2 medals in these Olympics. That's one of them when she got the silver. She's a
Oh
dark
wow.
skinned lady. She's a dark skinned lady, and she wore her Afro puffs just to prove a point. She didn't wear weave. She said, "I want the little dark skinned girls to notice that you can look like me and still
Oh,
accomplish stuff."
and
You
you
won't
know
see
that's
the
not go.
promotion for that.
Oh,
You
of
won't see the
course
promotion.
not. Because again, because it's like we said, it's the as Thomas Sowell said, and I don't even agree, like a lot of all this shit, but that redneck culture. That's really what it is. And when they try to act, and I'm gonna tell you the thing that gets on my nerves about that shit more than anything, and this is what people that actually believe in being pro-black should be doing. They gotta stop allowing people to take like street culture or hood culture and try to wrap pro-blackness around that. That's really what's happened on YouTube. You know, shout out to people like the Bitter Truth and stuff who really come from the shit for real. But they have used a lot of street hood shit as a way of the pro black shit as a way of wrapping it around to justify that.
I'm gonna tell
Well,
you how
yeah, but
bad it
when you
is.
look at even what
Go ahead.
Tamir did, when you look at what Tamir did, and then of course you're not going to see the same type of like her getting backed up. It's kind of like the same example or scenario of the hood dude getting celebration when he gets out of jail versus the college student getting celebration when he gets out of college or when he graduates. And like it's really sad because you can see her and her energy and everything that she did, even
Oh,
at the show.
she's freaking infectious.
Oh my god, bro! I was smiling the whole time. That little award show that they have afterwards, where she wrestled and hit the dude in the face.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, that show right there is like, and then even for the wrestling match, she didn't have any weave in, but afterwards she did. Like, she had her like faux braids or faux dreadlocks or whatever.
I could get that because that looks like a
And that was
natural
and it was
look.
after the fact though. And like that was like the biggest thing. It's like,
Yeah,
she knows when to turn it off. Like she knows when to take that shit out your head, compete. And then, afterwards you can, and it was modest really, in comparison.
yeah.
It was
I mean,
probably like
you would think that was her natural hair. It's not like you get these bitches looking like Pippi Longstockings and shit. And
Yeah.
and it's crazy because when you look at her, she has an infectious attitude. You don't see typical Black American, I'm a strong, independent woman
and
attitude.
she's
She's
literally strong as
infectious.
shit.
Well,
Huh?
yeah, and
She's literally strong, fucking 400
Yeah,
something
she is strong, and she's only like 150 something pounds. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't have black chicks. Look how muscular she is. She's an Olympic wrestler. What the
pounds.
fuck do you think you're
well,
supposed to
yeah,
do?
and that's and like I said, a lot of that a lot of immaturity. You know, they don't like to see showcased. They like to do it without really being accountable to doing it. So it's interesting. And if you notice, a lot of these people have shut up because now people can show these comparisons, and it will make them look goofy. But again, it's folks that don't want to be called the problem when they are the problem, and it's like, look, you're being the problem now. But anyway. Just to transition this back to the other situation, the daughter situation with Dre. Georgia Boy says, he said this a minute ago, but not with millions, bruh. Your babies are still your babies as adults. I would have put her and the kids in the home. And I gotta say this. This is why I have this ongoing joke that I do, even though shout out to Black Huru, is that niggas with daughters can't be trusted. Niggas with only daughters, as far as I always kind of, even though I'm joking, I'm kind of serious unless they show they can, because y'all, if y'all had, you never hear dudes with sons sound like that.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna say this real quick because a
Yeah.
lot of people say this shit, and a lot of people aren't even parents. Number one, would you treat your sons the same way if he was down on his luck or fucking up money, and he had a bunch of kids? First thing you would have told him was like, you need to be a man. See, this is the problem that I
Exactly.
run into when I come to these streets and YouTube. A lot of you need to get rid of the gynocentric mindset in your brain. If you're not going to do it for your sons, why do it for your daughters? But yet, you want to treat your daughters like they're these innocents, will of God, but yet she has three baby fathers. Like I said on the post, why don't these men have the custody of their kids? Because she's living out of car. She cannot possibly be a good
Yeah,
parent.
they're with friends.
They're with friends. And then guess what? This is the reason why I'm going to say this for anybody who's a detractor and wants to debate me on this. You don't have to come to Edward's place. You come to my fucking channel, and I'll fucking dissect you like a middle school grade frog. This is the reason why when you're with a single mother, you're 5 times more likely to get molested, sexually or physically abused because she's leaving you with friends. She's leaving
Yep.
you with people that's not vetted.
And you got to think too, and all them kids ain't like that old. Like the youngest, I think is like 3. I mean, so she just popping them out. Like if the youngest one is 3, then that means she had one at 35 when she already had kids. And this is not trying to like. Here's the thing: could Dre do it? Of course he could. But the truth is, he was already giving her money up until a year and a half ago.
Yeah, but
Like,
she was
so the
fucked up.
idea, people act like he just like she look. What was the basketball player that used to play with LeBron? You know what I'm talking about. He fucked her. He fucked LeBron's mother.
The mother.
Yeah, the light skinned dude, I think, or white.
Yeah, light skinned
What
dude
kind of
doing
idiot?
badly.
Look at the. Okay,
But
pause
he
for a
had
minute.
Poverty
mental
looks
problems
bad
too.
on poverty looks bad on light skinned dudes. It really does.
Pause for a minute. What kind of fucking disgusting idiot would even let, like, number one, LeBron should have excommunicated his mother a long time ago. As soon as he got the checks on, ma, here's a couple of $100. Here's a couple of $100,000. Go live your life. See, your dick will fuck you out of a lot of shit. Fuck you out of dignity. Fuck you out of money. Fuck you out of business. All LeBron had to do was wave his magic wand in the sky and say, "You're excommunicated from the NBA."
Yeah, that shit happened to Marion too, and the other dude too. But let's keep it on LeBron.
Stupid ass niggas, man.
Bro, I mean, honestly,
For some old.
take this shit because I'll do a lot of cussing today.
just to cut the bullshit, man, fuck them kids. Like, she doesn't care about them kids, and by her actions, she's already said fuck them kids. And I've said this multiple times in video, even myself, like that I made myself. It's just these women, by their actions, they already say fuck them kids, and they don't care about them just from what she's doing. I mean, the fact that you're still having kids even up to 3 years ago, and you're living in such circumstances, still, needing your father to actually help you. You're a grown ass woman in America that can take advantage of all these different social programs to actually help her. Also, from social programs from private.
And you in California.
Right. And you're in California, right? So it's like, and you're in California, so you can actually do things off of the fact that you're rap royalty in that area.
And another thing too is she was in Vegas. So the houses. So here's the thing: we know she's 38. She was in Vegas. Dre's been giving her money for a minute. The reality
And the cost
is she
of
didn't
living
have
in
enough.
Vegas, the cost of Vegas is so much cheaper than LA.
Exactly. So she had money to buy a house. So when people say, well, he should have bought her a house, I'm like, she's grown. She should have took. See, this is the same shit where you get women to get child support. Like, let's say what PJ is about to pay Brittany Renner or whatever, or Chris Brown and whatever that black Japanese Asian chick Well, she got mad when he got that shit reduced to like 3,000. These women, that's lifestyle money. That's really what they want. They're not really thinking about, okay, let me make sure I'm straight here, 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 and then get fun. It ain't even about no apartment. She could have easily got a house, a solid house.
Number
Yeah,
one,
but
I'm gonna
I
tell you
mean,
what it is. She
oh,
she got some substance. I bet you she got some substance
Yep.
problems. I bet you she owes money like to the she owes everybody like the goddamn mob.
she's
Like
reckless.
she's just a wreck. See, this is the point where I talk about this shit. Like, yo, black people are so soft hearted for fucking females. And not for females that deserve the soft heartedness. Y'all soft hearted for the ratchets. Oh Lord, let Shikari run. Yeah, to the fucking to the fucking Narcotics Anonymous.
To a
If
detox
you
center.
can't, yeah, like, god damn, when you gonna hold a bitch accountable? Like, but then you
But
get mad why they don't respect you. They don't respect you because they could get away with any goddamn thing with you. But go ahead.
But if we
Go
look
ahead.
at it even closer, I mean, who's to say that Dr. Dre did not help her at some point in her life? I mean,
Dr.
it's
Dre
obvious that he
has hold
probably gave
on,
her a lot.
Grizzly. Dr. Dre has been paying her up to a year and a half. Because I remember when Jada Black did the
Exactly.
video on it, when she decided
Exactly.
to open her mouth up about Dre,
Right.
then he cut her off.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Right. So he has been helping her. So we can't even say, hey, look, he hasn't been helping her. But at some point, you got to cut your own kid off. You have to say, hey, listen, you're not doing what you're supposed to, and anything I give you, this is like throwing money into a bottomless pit. Why do it?
And shout out to Kareem W with the $5 super chat. I was listening to Jason Black, and he was talking about something like Baby Mama Wasteland. And a social worker called in, and a social worker was saying straight up, they're cutting people off for Section 8. Because number one, you've got gentrification. Number two, there's other people, it's a big need for it. So you can't keep justifying not letting people on it or keeping people on a forever waiting list because people have been on it for like years and years and years. Like the Xers were allowed to be on that shit for like ever. Ain't nobody else gonna be on that shit forever. Like millennial women, you're not gonna get that. They adjusted those laws. It's not gonna be like that. And now when you got like immigrants and folks on there, which have demonstrated like that they can plug in and plug out of it. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna let y'all just do that, just be doing that because there's other people. Black women only really have the ability to shut down black men. Y'all don't really have that ability as a collective group to shut down other groups like that. So if they can do it, then it's the problem is everybody the issue is, well, Dre got all his money. The thing that I've seen, who's to say that she's not a cautionary tale for the rest of the kids, that want to act up. It's just, it's too much entitlement, it's too much like it's
She
just way,
was.
and it's not even. I'm not even talking about with her. I'm talking about just with how people have approached it. And the problem is, people want to bring in, well, he's an abuser. Well, that ain't got nothing to do with him giving her money. It really
Well,
isn't.
guess what? A
Don't
lot
forget
of a lot of a lot of bitches with abuses with money. So that's thrown out the window. I mean, look at Ice Cube kid. He got him in roles. You telling me that you couldn't sit down with your father and learn the business, but you want to be this little socialite bitch. And people hate it when I say bitch, but guess what? I use proper terms. You act like one, you're getting called one. You act like a lady or woman, you get called that.
They want to
How the
say
fuck do
that.
you actually take all the money?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say they want to say
I
she
was gonna
wanted to be
say,
a
how do you take a
rapper. She wanted to be a rapper, and then he didn't want that, which is why he paid her. But she didn't have to be a rapper. She could have been a lot of different stuff in the music industry. She could have wrote. She could have did a lot of shit.
Yeah, she could have done management or
She wanted to do
something
the
else.
one fucking thing that they didn't want her to do. My grandfather didn't want my mother to do physical labor. Guess who wanted to be a fucking welder? My mom. Go ahead.
But even if you look at Dre, I think he had a kid that was not retarded but autistic, and that child died, and he was in depression for that for a long period of time. But it's like he has actual, he's shown that he can actually take care. He's taking care of his kids, ones that are even greater dependents than her. This is a normal child supposedly, and she still couldn't take care of herself. Like, what does that tell you?
She sure know how to fuck though.
Yeah, exactly. That works.
And it's kind of like, and the thing about it too is and this is where black. This is why I also have no fucks to give. Like, yes, I know Dre. Dre is a black. Dre is it's a lot of stuff there. But the reality is, nobody told you I have a kid with him. A lot of y'all had a kid with him before he got on. Like nobody, like now, obviously, I get the first woman. I'll give that kind of a pass. And he had 3 kids, I think, with the first woman, 3 daughters. Dre is like the devil for niggas with daughters because he definitely don't play that shit. Shout out to grown man business too because he ain't got nothing but daughters either. So he said he's doing the stream on Sunday. So I know he's gonna have some credibility with that just for that. But when you man share, see, here's a problem. You want a quote unquote alpha male, and women want a man share with an alpha male and shit, but you get mad when an alpha male do alpha male shit. And then you get mad when her name's Nicole, the ex-wife, when she want to box the rest of the females out because guess what? She's going to do what women do. And now you mad because y'all want to be low-key sister wives. That's y'all kind of set that up on your own. Y'all really did. And again, everybody wants to talk about, oh, well, Dre hits, Dre does this. Y'all, look, y'all, that ain't stop Nicole from dealing with him. That didn't stop because she came from another NBA player that was falling off. People forget that. And she had a kid with him. So it's all these like narratives that people like to put around Dre because they want to impose their own like agenda on it. But taking it out of that, when the reality is, if I got the money, and look, Africans don't have these problems because when you deal with somebody like Serge Ibaka, Luol Deng, for example, you know that's the dude with the money. Grown man busy. He said the difference is all my children are by my wife. Yeah, that is a big difference. It's worthy of putting up. But the thing is, they understand the person with the money is the person you fall in line behind for the most part. Yeah, you got the elder stuff going in there, but outside of that, if you younger, if anybody younger than you and you got more money in them, they supposed to shut the fuck up. Black people don't understand that because they got that gynocracy programming going on, which means that a man is supposed to do all this shit for people. But here's the problem. He's supposed to do it without asking for anything in return, including compliance. He's just supposed to do it just to do it. And that's bullshit. It is. Sorry.
Well, another big issue is just the mixing of classes. I mean, black people are probably one of the not the only, but one of the few races, especially in America, where the lower class, middle class, and then higher class people can actually mix and talk on almost the same level without any respect.
That's because black people feel as though that you blacks are you just like me.
Right.
No matter your profession, no matter what your earned titles, no matter your training, no matter your education. I'm not sorry to say this. There are some people you should not be associated with as black men and black women. Yes, if you're just a bum who wants to drink all day and smoke weed and don't work, what the fuck do I look like hanging out with you? That's going to lower my value. That's going to lower my status. But of course, woe is me. We got to take care of all these black folk who don't take care of themselves. Lord, Lord, Lord. And you get guilted in. I swear to God, if black people had kryptonite, it'd be guilt.
Shit, that shit don't work on me. You gonna need some red kryptonite or some shit. 'Cause that green shit, y'all, fuck all y'all. I'm taking my ball and going home. Oh, you petty ass little nigga. Yup, God didn't make me the bigger man, so why should I try to be?
Like shit, I'll fucking curb your enthusiasm. Fuck this.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, and that's why you have issues with family members too, because you got entitled family members, and that's why I think the Dre situation is very interesting. Even with Kevin Samuels was talking about like how he got siblings he don't know and shit. A lot of people can relate to that shit. It's crazy. And then they always want to say, like, you always hear like it's just this nigga, he can't control his dick. That's the problem. I'm like, shit.
Well, the worst part about it is like the continuous lack of respect for anything that someone has done, and not even actually taking the time to ask, hey, what have you done? Not in a disrespectful manner, just saying, where did you come from? Like, I know what my father did. I know what my mother went through. I know my dad at the age of 15, the only high school he went to was a school on the top of a hill. He tells me this as a joke, as a story, like in Jamaica. But when he was around 15 or so, and he didn't want to go to school anymore, his mom took him down to the local wood shop. I can go on and on and on, but I know the story because I'm actually talking to these people. I even talked to my mom about the same thing, who just actually walked in the house. And it's just like, a lot of people don't even look back at, even my mom, she worked 3 jobs. So I know these things, but people, this is again the entitlement and everything like that. Like we owe them something. It's like we don't owe you shit because you haven't done anything to actually earn it, and you haven't even done a simple thing as just ask.
And see, I'm gonna say something to Jim Rat. You know, nobody says you shouldn't talk to somebody outside your class, but when you're talking about inner circle associating doing business, you got to keep it tight. And he also said we need to establish a class system in Black America, but our people see it as being elite and bougie. So what?
I
So
mean,
like people are gonna hate on you regardless. Like, look,
that should be
I bet
motivation.
you, I bet you, Gabe Stevenson, who just won the super heavyweight title, right? I'm wrestling at 21, just fresh off the NCAA title. He's half black, obviously you could tell. Let him go around black people. Are they gonna congratulate him or hate on him?
Would they even know?
But here's the point: you
They
got
gonna hate
so many, you got so many black people who's accomplished some high level shit,
them.
and you're gonna treat them like everyday people. You won't even be like, you know what, we got to protect that person. Here it
Mhm.
is. You know the reason why you can tell you don't have class is because a bitch want to put up a petition for Kevin Samuels. For what? For what? Because the black man shouldn't talk about this person. Fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
Do you think we should even have black royalty? Because would they even be respected? I mean,
Well,
there's Olympic records set by black people. I think it's Mike Powell with the long jump record that still has not
mhm,
even been damn near touched till this day.
yeah. I mean, we're so quick to want to hear the juicy gossip and tear down. You motherfuckers will go out of your way to be like, oh, Bill Cosby this, Bill Cosby that. Majority of you got probably in some way or fashion your scholarships from the motherfucker, especially black women. So
Well,
get back your degrees. Get back your
when
shit.
I mean, it's we point this out not to complain. We point this out to show you that when we bitching about the white man, understand that all you need the white man is as far as your bathroom. Every bathroom has a white man in it. All you got to do is go in the bathroom and go to that mirror.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And so again, we can talk about the shit, but understand that what did Michael Jackson say? Change the first person in the mirror. I mean, for
Yeah.
real. And then y'all start hating on his ass. Well, that was white people that did that. They got mad about that Paul McCartney shit. He
Yeah,
should
but
have
even
just
if you
marked.
look
He
at
should have just marked it up and sold it back because you already knew they was gonna get him on that shit. You,
But even if you look at like what we do to one another in terms of the disrespect, and I think that's what you're alluding to right there, or what you're pointing out is like we disrespect our own. So it's like, okay, it's so much easier for other people to come in and just disrespect us out of nowhere, like it's nothing. I mean, even if you look at, or my last point is, even if you look at some of the channels that we have out, what are the channels that are higher subscription or higher subscriber and higher viewer count and higher engagement count? Is it the channels that are actually really talking about this, or is it the channels that black people are entertained by?
oh well, entertainment is any. I mean, it's always the thing about it is entertainment is always gonna have more numbers. I guess the difference with us is we like what I've been seeing is we're just way too emotional. Like I gotta tell you, I was watching
Jesus
A
Christ.
to I was watching so Red Supreme did a preview of this, but I saw the video with A to Z. So it's got her name's A to Z. It's got Tommy on there. And y'all know I don't like Tommy. Y'all know what I say. But goddamn, I mean, this shit. If Tommy could write an infomercial making him look good, this is what it was. Like literally, he would say, "Well, the problem with black people is we can't disagree without calling each other bitches, sluts, hoes, coons." And then the woman was like, "Oh, that's not true." And then she agreed with literally everything he said. So he was like, well, what is it's not true? And he started laughing. Cause it's like, did you realize what you just did? And then that's when the thing went off the rails, where she just went on the emotional diatribe. Now she's 25 years old, but I'm like, yo, do you not realize what you just did? You literally like went into a trance called black person delusion, and then came out of it looking goofy as hell. She was just talking about you got to be on code, and you know, Tommy, what is code? What is it? Oh, I ain't going into all that. You got to know what code is. You got to, oh, well, you know, code is what
Well,
niggas try to bastardize that to make it mean whatever the fuck they want it to mean. So when
you
you
gotta
don't
be.
know how to explain something,
How do I know?
say you off code.
What the fuck is code if nobody understands it on the other end? God damn you! God damn you, black folks! Oh my
Man,
god! Like,
Shakari should have smoked weed. Nigga, you off code. You a code. Oh,
see, anything that's
I'm gonna make that shit
destructive,
a meme.
anything you're destructive, you're a coon. But anything that's helpful to black people, like a job, or I got this opening and I'm only going to give it to a black person. Well, I don't know about that. You know, these jobs out here,
No.
they don't want it. They don't want this. Like, everybody wants to be in
Like
love with the
look,
struggle.
you a business owner, and then somebody black nigga come in there. No, I got one for you. Remember the turkey leg? They put a dress code in there. They say you off code. You ain't supposed to do no dress code. That's racist. You off code. Or you
Just like
tell
they talk
somebody
about.
you got a security guard because women don't know how to stop twerking on top of your desk. You off code. You setting a bad precedent.
Like, why? You know, black women have a genetic disposition for twerking. Come on now, we genetically twerk. It's part of our culture.
You date a light skinned chick, you off code. You know you're supposed to be dating dark featurism. Like that's what that shit is. That's what they turned it into. That's what they and I would love to ask somebody if somebody ever pulls that shit on me. Okay, so question: what do you do that's off code? It'd be like, oh, you don't do nothing that's off code. I'd be like, well, you know, man, I used to sell drugs in the street, but you know, I'm oh my god. So motherfuckers that be the most off code be the main that shit.
I remember
Nigga.
people told me that because of my profession. Yo, you ain't really black, dude. I just saved somebody's life.
I mean,
And they're black, and the fucked up part is they're a drug dealer. You sell poison, but you get the like some. I had to walk away from like, dude, you make me sick. You're like, what? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, just like Tommy saying, you know, black people just like call each other bitches and hoes, and it's just like, Tommy, you're the main one that does that.
Oh well,
ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, you know when I do it, this is just no. You know what you're gonna say, Grizzly. Well, shit, this is just entertainment.
It's just entertainment.
which is what it means to say. Oh, well, Tommy's an entertainer, which is code for why the fuck you listen to him in the first place.
Yeah.
Donnie say you ain't shit for watching him in the first place.
Oh, by the way, Ed, check your Telegram. I sent you something earlier.
Oh shit. But yeah, man, these motherfuckers, yo, like, man, somebody talk about Robert You know what? We're gonna do this together as a class. See what the fuck Robert Perkins is talking. I'm bored. See what Robert Perkins is talking about.
That nigga still exists.
Apparently, O'Shea did a video talking about Robert Perkins talking shit about the manosphere.
Yeah, let's take a field trip down to Dysfunction Town or Dustyville.
This looks bad, yo. Like if you can, like if y'all can see this damn
thumbnail.
Yeah, that nigga looks bad. Like, damn, what happened?
Yeah, child support holding his ass.
Please, that's why Cynthia G so mad. You know, Cynthia G, you know what happens if you like put a lease a thing against a house, but you like the fifth holder, you ain't getting paid.
Oh, shit, yeah.
That works with child support too, I believe.
See, this is telling you how low brow that the cybernetic one really is.
Mm-hmm.
You had to pick a nigga that fucking gives dick out like fucking Halloween candy. Like, god damn, you slow bitch.
bro.
And then she's still trying to deny the baby, right?
With all the degrees, knowledge, and all this other BS that's out there, and then all the myriad of men, the wide selection of men that she has, even in her own following, that would smell her dirty drawers on a
And
regular.
all the niggas ain't shit training
Right,
that
right.
she's got a PhD in.
And then she still selects that dust.
Well, you already know
Yeah.
that's the power. That's the power of the D right there.
Well, you talk about something so much. Well, that means you love it too much. You ever seen that person you ever see that senator that says, "I am not for gay rights," but he got a fucking lover for 24 years for the same sex.
And y'all make sure y'all support O'Shea. Support the video. Motherfuckers be like, O'Shea, why you hit me with that tag? Like, I didn't know it was you, man. No. That's how that would go down.
Yo, Charles Merchant with Bastard Breeder Boulevard. Let's take a trip down Bastard Breeder Boulevard.
I mean,
that's
but that's true though. That is true with Charles. What you said. A lot of these females that talk the most about Dusties and shit. It's like, yo, that's who y'all fucking. Like y'all really act like that's not who you
balls
dealing
deep
with.
and knee deep in a motherfucker. I mean, oh, beta milk.
Yeah, and they starting to get with, they talk about the biracial black, biracial kids with white fathers is like it's starting to rise extremely like fast, like the fastest growing. Yeah, because they getting same dusty ass white dudes.
Yeah,
They
and
just changing color.
I'm gonna say something to that real quick. I'm gonna say something to that real quick. All the fucking things you say you need in black men, like David Carroll says, that white skin will clear all those iniquities, all them sins, all them transgressions. That motherfucker can have like fucking 2 rows of teeth or no teeth at all, as long as he got white skin. That overhaul wearing, like fucking tobacco spitting motherfucker will get all up in that coochie. Like, god damn, I thought black men had no standards. Like, you motherfuckers will get like the most redneckiest hillbilly gym licking motherfucker and praise Lord whiteness for him. I'm like, really? And these are half decent looking white chicks.
And let's not even talk about like the IQ of some of these dudes in terms of like when you just talk to them, man. I've seen just the people that are around me on a regular basis in the rural area that I live in, and it's just like, whoa. Like I met a black chick last night, and I was talking with her, and she was just like, these people, like, it's just crazy to talk to somebody so intelligent. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm intelligent? Jesus Christ. But that's what's around here. There's not much around here, like in terms of just having these type of conversations with people, and people that move to these areas from city areas are like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, yo, IQ, the motherfuckers can't spell IQ. Like,
right.
Jesus Christ. You be like, they look all inbred and shit when you go to the country, like, and y'all fucking these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the only thing is to do. So let's see what's going on with this bullshit. I haven't seen this.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy. Oh,
press 1 if y'all could hear it.
Dude,
sounds good on my end.
Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. I've been on like YouTube since early 2015.
I know there's niggas in the chat. They know they not the type. They probably like, man, fuck O'Shea, fuck O. I'm like, yo, I'm out of that. I'm like he who remains. I'm in the 4th dimension, man. And, that's some Thanos Infinity War shit. Y'all could, yeah.
I came into YouTube. You had the Advice show, which was Phil Scott. There was Tommy Sotomayor that was quite popular.
I don't know why this is so low.
Watkins was still popular. Tariq Nasheed.
Wow, yeah, that was back in the.
He was just getting on the platform. I think it was popular too. But another guy that was popular was Team Rob. Okay, and I forgot.
Damn.
He's a truck.
Yeah, he driving the truck.
His other name was. He's had many different
pregnancy throughout America.
Have been
that Hotep beard.
shut down, but Robert Perkins. Okay, and Robert
I think I'm Facebook friends with Robert Perkins.
Perkins is actually a really good YouTuber. I've seen his channel that was taken down before. I've been following for some time. He's a good
Yeah, they
YouTuber.
fucked this. They fucked this shit up. They didn't hurt Robert. You hurt all them women he had kids with. You took that channel down. Yeah, you fucked up his kid. YouTube boy.
Bro, I remember the announcement stream. That was hilarious.
I remember the stream with him, Angry Man, China Fox, Cynthia G, Tareen Ray was on that motherfucker.
Oh wow.
What's the dude named light skinned dude? Angel Ramirez.
Yeah.
Oh God, I wish I could find that.
Really,
Damn, whatever happened to Angel Ramirez? God damn.
Angel Ramirez got put on that list with all of us, and that nigga was hurt. He was like, me? No, Angel. Angel Ramirez and like Derek Jackson is kind of like it was like Ben Gordon and Derrick Rose. You didn't know which one was gonna pop off, and then Derrick Rose ended up popping off. Then he basically got his knees cut from up under him. Excuse me, which is what happened to Derek Jackson, with his channel when he got caught cheating. But that's how Angel Ramirez. Like, you would think Angel Ramirez would be like the main dude to try to somehow take up that mantle. But light skin ain't back yet, so no.
how the business really works long term. But
Light skinned folks have done well since then on YouTube. We got Jap, we got Mediocre. We, for the most part, Clutch. We got rid of this. Dennis Burley. We got rid of all the simping shit, trying to fight the stereotypes.
and he somehow got
Trying to
out
be
of
the
the
next
business
Master
to get
Race.
it serious.
Yeah, because that nigga was a walking stereotype.
But he was a guy that was close to 100,000 subscribers. He was he was making money, I'm pretty sure. But one of the things that Rob is known for is not necessarily his content as much, but
Honestly, Robert Perkins should start a game channel. Because if he can use Cynthia as Exhibit A. Even if they hate you, they'll still fuck.
That'll be the first title.
And then you launch it. Hey, Alpha Male Strategies. Yo, I just gave you an idea. Because,
Hey,
that's
man.
good controversy.
Yeah, that's
You
called.
put Robert Perkins on Fresh and Fit.
Say some shit like "Rest in Your Dusty" or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
be like the pro-black version. Get him and Brother Polite. I think Myron would be down.
That's called My Life. Yeah, they hate you, but they still fucking and sucking.
Rest in your dustiness.
Shout out to Obsidian. Hope Obsidian gets better.
I'm like, you got to be a new. You got to be like a new Jedi called the Dusty Jedi.
Oh yeah, I got Obsidian's second book. From the author of the Book of Obsidian comes Volume 2. Hate fucking.
Oh yeah, you gotta do that sometimes because man, when you sometimes even when you're not a dusty nigga, you must call all the dusty gods around you to invoke their power, like the power of Grayskull or some shit.
Conjure up the dusty spirits.
I'm the secret guardian of the Dusty Grayskull. By the power of Dusty.
Yeah, be like, if I don't hate each other, I don't want it. Forward by Alan Roger Curry, and then Alan Roger Curry do like a very eloquent like diss in the foreword to Obsidian that he don't really realize until it's in print because he kind of put it in. He like worded it in a way that you might not catch it until you read it like a couple of times. You like, you motherfucker.
In dust we trust.
And dust we trust.
Or no, he wouldn't diss him. He ain't that disrespectful. He would diss Alpha Male Strategies though in there though.
If he says you ain't shit, that means y'all fucking.
That'd be on his grave stuff. I ain't trying to belittle that because Alpha Male Strategies did kind of bite. I was like, nigga, you could have been an affiliate for his shit and just say, look, man, like, cut me a piece. And it would have been fine, but yeah, that is kind of dirty. But anyway.
But let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
This whole situation that he got with Cynthia G getting her pregnant.
So that was the best picture you could find, huh?
God damn, she looks alien.
I see trannies up better.
Yeah, she's basically came down from some kind of planet, and then she was given a whole bunch of white supremacy book. That's what you get.
I swear to God, she was on Plenty of Fish. I'd be like, okay, I just have to ask if she has kids first, just to make sure the plumbing was right.
Oh, you stupid.
With a baby mama, according to some.
You just said a good thing about single mother.
That's the only thing. Plumbing is verified by outside sources.
Young Grizzly deserves a Nobel Peace Prize for that shit.
What's the old saying? At least
a nomination.
At least you know she puts out.
Yeah, exactly.
But the reason why I'm talking about this particular video is because Mr. Perkins, Team Rob, made a video at the Black Manosphere. Now, the reason why
to be fair to Robert, though, I gotta be fair because I don't really have a lot of animosity. I don't really have animosity towards him. Robert does he does deserve to talk some shit to us. You know why? Because we've been dragging his ass for like a long time. Robert ain't really did nothing to nobody in the space. Nigga, you need to be dragged because I can't believe you did that. But
oh my God,
you know, but still, he ain't really done nothing to us. But damn, but so he do deserve like a couple of shots to, you know, because I get tired of that shit. We've been treating him. You know who Robert Perkins is? Robert Perkins is like our Kwame Brown. When in doubt, pull that motherfucker up and let it start going in. And you know, and kind of understanding who Kwame Brown is now. If you can imagine going through that, a lot of people wouldn't be able to go through that shit. I know I wouldn't have. I would have. I don't know. What would that dude do in California? That police officer, when he got tired of the racism, or dude did take a remote control bomb on his ass.
Start doing our fucking going on a warpath.
Yeah,
yo, like that's you know, I get it. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with that, obviously, but you know,
this video was because someone inboxed him and called him.
Oh, I know why it's so low.
He didn't respond.
Okay, now let's start this over because I remember why I was so low. Okay, now y'all should be hearing it good now.
But and he somehow got out of the business to take it as serious. But he was a guy that was close to 100,000 subscribers. He was he was making money. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't even want to say that.
But one of the things that Rob is known for is not necessarily his content as much, but this whole situation that he got with Cynthia G getting her pregnant, adding yet another baby on his list of baby mamas, according to some. But the reason why
imagine saying you got like, yeah, man, I got a 3-bedroom apartment. Why you got 3 bedrooms? You live by yourself? Because I need a YouTube studio. What?
And I need somewhere to put all these damn kids. He'll even put them in rooms. He got so many damn
he like, you can't go in my YouTube room.
He'd be like, yeah, go in my YouTube room and open up that refrigerator. Give me that Miller Lite.
I was talking about in general, but yeah, that's true. Be like, why you need a 3-bedroom now? Oh yeah, you know, you can probably tax deduct that shit too if you low key do that. Be like, yeah, man, I use one of these rooms for YouTube. So you divide that by 3, I get tax deduction, right?
I'm talking about this particular video.
It's the same thing for kids.
But if you look at what Robert Perkins did and the amount of kids that he had with the different women, like he's no different than the drug dealers that poison the community. Like that's another reason why we get on him.
Yeah, bastard pollution.
Yeah, like nigga, you are the problem.
Yeah,
I mean, but that nigga throws sperm. That nigga throws sperm around like fucking Spider-Man throw webs. God damn, Venom.
That nigga doesn't fucking. That nigga doesn't pollinate bitches. He doesn't impregnate bitches. He pollinates.
Well, a lot of the strategy is it gets to a point where it's like once you got like 3, you might as well just keep going because at that point, the more you have, the less likely they are to really do you up. They gonna say fuck it because they can't even the state to give up. That's what they did.
I'm trying to get a youth league roster.
I'm trying to fill up a fucking second grade class and shit. You know, economics 101 is the law of diminishing returns. That works with kids and child support too. But you know, it ain't diminishing the sperm count.
Yep.
Listen, I'm afraid that Ed at this point might go to the dark side because the shit, like the level of thought that he's had in this, it's a
No,
little
no, it's
suspect,
not even
and
that. No, that's why
we
I'm saying.
really should watch out.
But why do you think I said that there should be a law that baby mama number 4 and ongoing don't get shit? Because that's not fair to baby mama number 1, 2, and 3.
This is some
Well,
dark
well, I
shit.
mean, it's kind of
Like,
true because if it takes you 3 other people, 4 other people to say, "Don't get pregnant by this nigga," if you do, use a damn fool.
Yeah, if he can prove in any kind of way that you knew he had kids, and you notice how I framed that. That has nothing to do with the dude. That doesn't help the dude. That's for the women. Because for real, why should a woman okay, the first time it didn't work out. Fine, I'll give that to the first, female. Maybe the second. But why would you? But in the third, I mean, you can't. Because then it'd be ridiculous if you trying to throw it at the third. But the fourth, it's like, no, that was a choice, and that would affect. That probably would have affected Sierra, right? Yeah, that's a choice. You cannot say that's not a choice. And why should other women suffer because you just want to throw your pussy anywhere? Well, somebody got to take it. I don't know. Yeah, Darwinism might. But and here's another thing too. It's like when you say somebody's got to take care of it. See, I don't have a problem with boarding school. I don't have a problem with creating schools for boys and then tax dollars going to that. But see, y'all don't want to do that because y'all don't get the benefit. See, women don't believe in having kids they don't benefit from. That's why they abort them all the fucking time. But anyway, let's continue.
Well, Robert Perkins is the personification of that meme where it's like, you knew I was a dog when you met me.
Like, yeah, he looked like it too. But
Team Rob,
but that's what they're attracted to.
Made a video at the Black Manosphere. Now, the reason why
Charles, like, I'm a dog too, but I'm a cop, so.
But I got a bad.
Yeah, there's a difference. I don't get them pregnant.
Yeah.
Inboxed him.
Robert, like Charles, like, I'm a dog, but I got something to lose though. So it's only so much I'm gonna do.
And called him a simp. He didn't respond.
Charles be like, I'm gonna lock you up for laws you don't even know exist.
To that guy. So
sometimes
he decided to make a video called Manosphere Jiggas, right? And so he decided
he made a diss record
to come after the whole entire sphere. Now, I will say this before I get into the nitty-gritty of what he's talking about. I have heard Robert, Mr. Robert Perkins, make videos before holding men accountable and women accountable too. So I will say he tends to have a somewhat of a balanced viewpoint in the content in which I have seen. I haven't seen like a whole great deal of it, but what I have watched seems to be that he calls things right down the line, very similar to what I would think, being balanced. So I will give him that. But he says that that this guy said that Rob,
stop taking your generic multivitamin. I'm gonna
fuck you, white man.
God damn, nigga. You could have just get the premium. You could get the premium.
Yeah, like, hey, bro. Like, you doing some kooky shit, bro. Get YouTube.
Get the goddamn premium, goddamn it. That's only $10. God damn.
You know how many apps I have? First of all, do you know how to be fair, you know how many YouTube channels I have as far as like the consumer side? I got the premium, just not for this.
What does this mean? What does this mean?
Feel like she is unworthy of a man. So and make her soul.
Edward Anderson exposed. We know that nigga, bro. We got him.
He's using the cash app to pay his child support.
His kids he don't talk about. He ain't shit. I told you he ain't shit.
Yeah, and I flip it and be like, nah, this how you know I don't waste your money. Wink, wink,
like a fucking marketer would
get with us. Okay. And we're tearing the women down who give birth to us, right? I'm just kind of going over some of the things, and we're asking women
what you talk about, Willis,
they bring to the table. But what are black men bringing to the table? All we ask, all we feel that we need to do is work and give money, but we don't need to give any provision. We don't need to be able to solve problems. We're not bringing the right energy to her. So those conversations are not being had.
Hold on.
All that's being had is what we need to do as far as bringing money. And obviously, Mr. Perkins is not very familiar with Black Manosphere content. and this is something that
Hold on, let me replay
is
what he's
very
talking about.
going over some of the
Trevor.
unworthy of a man. Very similar to what I would think, being balanced. So I will give him that. But he says that that this guy said that Rob doesn't hold black women accountable, and he says that black men in the manosphere want to tear black women down to make her feel like she is unworthy of a man. So and make her so low that she will want to then get.
No, that's just Kevin. But go ahead.
Okay, and we're
So wait a
tearing
minute.
women
Wait a
down
minute.
to
Hold up. Pause
her
it.
up,
Pause it. Pause it. Pause
right?
it. So you're not supposed to pay a penalty for using your womb frivolously.
No, of course Robert wouldn't say that. He's a given to me. I'll fuck.
But that's the worst part. This is like one of the reasons why I could say that people went after him, because I never knew about him until this shit broke out. But when you're saying synth ass level shit like this, as if men don't come home and have to deal with the yard, repairs to the home, even calling in a repairman and knowing what to do in those situations. And if we even go back to I forgot the gentleman who said this, but women are problem staters and men are problem solvers. So women will state, like, you're not going to have a woman, like, especially a feminine woman. She's not going to be solving those problems. She's going to say, hey, listen, this is the issue. Like, it's not like she's going to go outside and be like, well, okay, let me go fix the plumbing since you just came home from work, dear.
No. She'll let that motherfucker flood the whole house till it reaches the second floor.
Shout out to Xanax's clutch. First of all, I'm going to tell you something. The people with the J word, how they troll black people?
Mm.
Do you know that Seinfeld, what Seinfeld's first name is?
Jerry.
It's Jerome.
Really?
Huh. Niggas, you motherfuckers be trolling this, man. That's courtesy of Erica Williams. Anyway.
I'm just looking at
some of the things.
Go ahead.
We're asking women, what do they bring to the table? But what are black men bringing?
I bring weaving sandals.
All we ask
and malt liquor.
That we need to do is work and give money, but
previous
we don't need to
relationships.
give any provision. We don't need to be able to solve problems. We're not bringing the right energy to her. So those conversations are not being had. All that's being had is what we need to do as far as bringing money. And obviously, Mr. Perkins is not very familiar with Black Manosphere content. And this is something that,
if this nigga don't look like a you fuck me, you gonna have problems. Like, okay.
He looks like he would shoot you in the foot, like Tory.
Look, I gotta get this dude to like this. This would be the new mascot for like hood vines. Like, for real. Like this is some shit. You know how many memes I could make with that shit, and then Rob Perkins will trademark that shit. I'll trademark his identity.
That nigga looks like the founder, the president, and CEO of Fuck My Life Monthly.
Listen, I look at him and think of JR from the Peef Network, and automatically now I don't trust JR.
Oh, wow.
You know what?
Don't get me started on that shit.
That nigga look like he will sell your food stamps $3 for each stamp. Like, god damn.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. And stay tuned.
I'm connecting the dots here. Hey, Charles, is this your cousin, nigga?
Oh no, he'll look nothing like me. I look better looking.
Yeah, don't do that.
Nah, that's just black man standards. That's not every black man.
Yeah.
But see, I was about to say he might be related to you. You know, the fast talking niggas. Can't trust them.
Yo, I call credentials to the space in question at this very moment because of
this fast talking. Hey.
And stay tuned. That LaPeep shit gonna blow up sooner or later, man. I went to that chick's channel. Like I said, I see why she thought she look. I got a problem with her, but that's on some Anthony Brian Logan, Brandon Tatum stuff, Irene Yvette stuff. But yeah, you got 3 black women on there, 2 of them are feminists on that show. Yo, that shit's about that shit. That nigga that created a fucking bomb, and he don't even know it. He don't even know it. That shit's gonna blow up around him, man. So Charles, I know because you probably like, what am I talking about? So you got a Muslim, like basically a Lebanese woman.
Oh, you talking about that show that Kevin was on?
Yeah, and the thing is, I've looked at her channel. Her channel is basically some sprinkle Anthony Brian Logan, some sprinkle Brian Tatum, and some sprinkle Irene Yvette. Like literally, it's literally a conservative thing. MAGA hat stuff like that. You already know how that goes down.
Everybody knows how I feel about Brian, ABL, and Tatum.
Yeah. So my point is, you put that against 3 black women or 2 black women that you already know on some baby mamas. Oh no, that's gone.
That's called comedy gold, man. You're gonna have a
like
trouble.
yeah, and you niggas, yeah, and they're not Myron. They're not kicking nobody off of shit. They're more like boys walking. Oh, Myron. Them niggas love to play dangerously too, man, with these white bitches, yo, for real.
Hey guys, I'll jump off. I gotta. My mom just came in, and I'm gonna start up my stream here in a little bit. So talk to y'all later,
Absolutely.
man.
Yep. Peace out. And I'm about to finish this, and I'm gonna wrap it up.
Is very ignorant of what he's trying to accomplish because he doesn't really understand what he's talking about. We have plenty of content that is related to certain parts of self-development, a lot of levels of accountability, a lot of levels of understanding your own mistakes and not blaming women for everything. That goes on a lot in the community. But when you don't really understand what you're talking about, you will see anything because, hey, some guy messaged you on Instagram. So because some random guy did that, well, let's cover the whole black manosphere because this is how I feel, and I feel like ranting in the truck when I'm not really making that much sense. Okay. He also talks about baby daddies. We want to criticize black women for how many baby daddies they have, but not why or how long they're in a relationship before she had those kids. And that's very interesting. Now, I don't want to use it as an ad hominem, but if you think about this situation that he's describing,
before he uses it as an ad hominem,
exactly what Cynthia G said about Robert Perkins. That. Okay, what do black men talk about? Black men say that sisters are dealing with
selling physical products is not the best way of making money on Amazon in 2021. Now, yes, that model does.
Fucking white man.
Guys
please donate. Please donate to get a premium.
Stay-at-home fathers. They're not responsible.
That would be a good hustle.
So we say that women who do that, should not do that. So of course, guys hold women accountable to that, and that's the same thing that happened with you. And I'm not trying to make an ad hominem here, but you're really explaining your situation. It's kind of like damn if I do, damn if I don't. I don't even know if these guys. And he even says that we are drifting from reality. Team Rob, bro. What do you mean drifting from? Where do you live? Like what country are you? Do you understand what you're talking about?
He's another Philly nigga, I think.
Guys come onto the platform as if they ain't got no problems.
Is that a Baltimore?
All right.
No.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt now, but now I gotta get you. You're documented as having multiple baby mamas all over the country. Okay.
You a documented ain't shit nigga, certified.
Baby mama that you had, who, by the way, is known as probably one of the best black male bashers in the world.
The best.
Yo, Hall of Fame basher, baby.
I do fuck with O'Shea, but I think O'Shea is like Cynthia G's fucking publicist or something.
Yeah,
I sometimes believe because he always be giving her the best disclaimer. Yeah, there's some shit. Like you have no idea. I'll listen to an O'Shea video and I'll be like in front of my TV because I'll be looking at shit on my AT&T like app thing with YouTube. And be like, yeah, man, there's certain points that Cynthia G makes that make sense about black. It's like, what? What are these points? Where the fuck are these
come
points?
from?
Yeah,
where these points come from?
Yeah, and he does it with everybody because that's the YouTube game you play. So you don't. I get why he does that actually, but it's like why you do it with her, man. Like,
little click. That's like saying, you know what? The devil sometimes can give you a good lesson. What?
Yeah, so shit, he was in heaven at one point,
Yeah, he was the number one angel, but that need rebuke against like revolt against God, like yeah. But that's not the point, nigga.
But whatever, let's see.
You want to come from the manosphere?
Oh yeah, I got to email you. Tarina, she was roasting Cynthia G a while, like a week ago. That shit was bad. He said he gave her $100, and she shamelessly took it and got a ponytail with the bangs.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I gotta say it was like 20 minutes. It was good.
Remember when everybody was calling her the Iron Bang? I say that bitch is made out of like Captain America's shield, like vibranium and adamantium and steel. Like a combo, like an alloy or some shit. That motherfucker doesn't move for shit. It's like Ric Flair's hair back in the early 80s.
I'm not gonna lie, yo. People talk about we need to do a manosphere like hangout, an event. I'm like, yo, fuck that, because motherfucker like Cynthia G show, like, could you Cynthia? Some certain people gonna show up, and it's like, yo, I don't ever want to see these people in life because I don't really know how I would respond.
I would dare motherfucker to try something. I'd be like, hey, about that shit you talk.
You know what's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna have to get put like, yo, you need to volunteer for this. Well, to the black no, look, it's niggas here. Whatever you believe might happen, yeah. This because just go. You already know, man. You had to do that.
It would
like
have.
so
It would have to be. It would have to be in a gun-free state, in a state where guns are like not so nice. Can't do this shit in Texas. Everybody be shooting at each other.
Well, shit. Yeah, that it might be mutually assured destruction. But then again, we aren't white. We are black. So
yeah,
we like, oh fuck it. That's that nigga moment.
Nigga moment.
In the black community. You said that too, and that is true. People don't want to talk about the excellent report card, like you don't. This is what I'm talking about with a lot of guys out here who, feel like they need to have the ability to be able to speak and talk about certain things where they're guilty of the same thing they're talking about. That's what's wrong with the black community right now. Like, certain guys should just be shutting up. Like, he's one of them. Like, bro, like go over there, drive the truck, okay, and just do that. Like, pick your loads up, bro, and just chill. Because really, you're a hypocrite to your own message. You're a smart guy. I like how you break things down, but you're a hypocrite to what you're talking about. You don't live what you're talking about. I
mean, honestly, Robert Perkins would probably have like 300 subscribers at this point now. He really would. Yeah. And could you imagine if him and Cynthia G were like a couple, and then she had, that shit would be like fucking if the Sith won.
That'd be like remember the cartoon Shiva Princess of Power? You'd be fighting against a horde and shit.
Yeah, or that'd be like the Loki TV show where like they both actually got together and did the TVA.
Yeah, oh my god. Just a bunch of destruction in everybody's wake. And then they will bring more bitches out there who believes in this fucking ideology. Oh yeah. God.
Okay. Yeah. You just don't.
Come on, Shay.
And you're the kind of guy that black men complain about. Like, look, you got these babies by the guy that ain't gonna be with you. So we're supposed to clean up that mess. I mean, hello? Who wants to deal with some lady after Team Rob has already messed them up? Does that make sense? And this is what we're dealing with right now in the black community. People who want to have a voice, who don't need to be in the conversation. Okay? Certain people in the black community don't even need to be there. They should be somewhere else. Not here, but somewhere else. Because at a certain point, you got to live what it is that you're talking about. And like George Macon says, on YouTube, you can be the butcher, the baker, or the candlestick maker. You can be anybody you want to be. Say any goddamn thing. As if people...
Well, he's the baby maker.
Don't forget. Bro, we know you. I mean, we don't know you personally, but we know about you, enough about you to know that you don't know what you're talking about right here. You just don't.
The butcher, the baker, the late Dick Piper.
Robert Perkins is a legend in the manosphere. He proved that Cynthia G is... You gotta remember, like, he pretty much, like, technically, if it wouldn't have been for certain people bringing her back, like, really, he single-handedly took her ass out. But like, he the legend of Robert Perkins.
He did what no man could do. Not Edward, not every man, not O'Shea, not BGS. It took one man, Robert.
Hell, not even Kevin Samuels.
Not even Kevin Samuels. His name is Robert Squirtin' Perkins.
he proved that any black female can get that dick. That's what he proved.
In reality, is
that nigga pretty much proved that black love exists. No, I'm playing, but somebody.
As far as talking about manosphere guys, bro, you don't even know if that guy was even in the manosphere at all. If there was something that you wanted to address to him, why wouldn't you man enough to just address it in the inbox? Like, for example, if somebody, came from the black feminist community.
O'Shea should interview him.
And send me a DM on Instagram. Whatever I'm going to say it to that.
Either him or Bernard.
Yeah. Yeah, well, but I don't know if Bernard ready for that heat that come from them motherfuckers.
I'm not going.
He might have to go Christian fundamentalist on their ass. Evolve back. But I'm sorry, I fuck with Bernard, but Bernard do look like he be a nigga that intimidate your ass and then go into church. No, he looks like that nigga that would intimidate your ass and put money in the offering. Because
Well, they
Bernard is
got,
bigger than he comes across on camera. You be like, oh shit, you
I
better
mean,
find some money.
you know, it'd be like, we go to Debo niggas for Jesus.
Yeah, he look like that, man. He like, yeah, man. He say, so what's the problem? Yo, man, they say they ain't got no money. Oh, this is like the second Sunday in a row.
Oh,
Like,
we got regulate on that.
well,
They
I
still
mean,
the Lord's money.
he said, can you forgive me? Well, forgiveness is for one Sunday. And then second one, you stealing God's money. Yo, he
Like,
needs to do some shit.
how tall is Bernard anyway?
But I think Bernard is like, I saw the picture. It's a picture I think they showed up with him and his girl. I don't know. Well, I gotta see. But Bernard kind of comes across where he could be. I don't know. I don't think he's as big as Fantastic, but but he I don't know. I think he is 6 foot. We'll see. I had to ask him, or it could be 5'5". You never know.
The whole community will start calling him, bitch ass.
Nigga, we do a real life event and then motherfuckers' channels get fucked up because their reputation get fucked. See, that's why why you always talk about hype, because I want y'all. Ain't none of you niggas ever say I catfished.
Yep.
You will never say that.
People and all this other stuff. These things.
Oh, this you, nigga? You little ass nigga, boy, this you? Hey,
Everybody don't know.
Together.
The short niggas are not the niggas you want to fuck with. They fought all their lives like Sophia in fucking Color Purple.
No.
It's relatively uncalled for. Just saying anything.
I usually listen to O'Shea like 1.75 playback speed, so this is slow.
Understand the community you're coming from, the business content that we have, like the kind of stuff that you never talk about in your community. Because there's no ecosystem built in what you do. Like it's just broke babble. All right, that's what you do.
No, it's pro black babble.
That's kind of, and don't get me wrong, you have some viewpoints here and there, but ultimately, you're a good YouTuber. But ultimately, it's more babble.
Yeah, he looks like he got about 4 more kids in him.
12.
Yeah, he be one of the last, like, I got 10 kids, 12 kid niggas.
Like, man, like he looked like if he dyed his beard gray, he'd be like, he could go really into that Hebrew like lifestyle. Like, I got a whole tribe over here.
Iman says Bernard is 6'1". Yeah. So yeah, he could Debo for Jesus, man.
Like yeah.
Yeah, I dropped the link. I was actually about to look at ending it, but let's see what you got to say. I don't want to fuck you up, Jesse. What you got to add to this? But yeah, man, that's Rob, man. Hey, Rob, people interview Rob, yo. Shit, like go to Jessica X. She'll interview.
Has she ever cammed up?
No, Jessica. I don't. She's changed the avatar though. Apparently, that's as much as you gonna get. But
oh my god, is it at least the same face?
No, it is. It's more of a it's more of a picture, clearer picture. So but niggas, yo, if it turns out she don't look like that, y'all niggas be whack.
Yeah, y'all niggas.
All that money she finessed.
All you need is a British accent, man, and a cute picture. See, it's crazy. I could have some shit that can help a brother get a job, save his life, save him out of a situation. You won't even get $50 on a fucking shit, but unless you have a British accent, you know how much money they be donating to our ass, boy?
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah, I have. Like only Ramil can compete with her. Niggas be giving money to Ramil. And I ain't trying to pocket watch. That's the only time I'm gonna say that. But if you watch, yeah, Jessica, I want to see fuck her face, because she ain't never gonna show that. But I want to see her subscriber count. That's what I'm curious about. What's up, Jesse? That was smart. That was smart. Her
What's up, Jesse?
Shit.
Man, what y'all talking about tonight, man? I was watching earlier when Young Grizzly was on, but I ended up getting into this long ass debate. And so I'm coming back. I said, man, let me try to catch Edward and them before he closed the stream
No,
down.
I'm just talking shit. I mean, I'll talk about Dre's daughter, how we know how women do. They project what they hate about all black men. Man, we need to talk about the fact that these motherfuckers be whooping our asses. Well, I'm like, y'all must like it because y'all say fucking these niggas. I mean, he got X amount of kids by X amount of women, and they knew he was like that because that was something that's been a reputation for Dre even before he got money. So
Right.
y'all kiss my ass with that bullshit.
These black men whooping our asses, even though there's more and more videos of us running niggas over, shooting bitches in the back of the head. You know,
Yeah.
like nah. I'm gonna tell you, from a law appointment stance, you're not gonna have too many black men buck up the system. Black women will try to fight a black man when you're there. Okay, when they get
Oh
mad, they
yeah.
don't care who's there. I fight the police. Fuck the police. Okay.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
that shit comes from childhood, man. I mean, I haven't really been around no hood rats like that. In the words of Edward Anderson, since like childhood, man. But like, really thinking about because like the middle school I went to, man, it was like a few blocks from one of the largest housing projects in New Orleans. So damn near like 70% of the school was from that housing project. And you'll
Mm,
see chicks fighting dudes all the time, or at least trying to fight dudes. I'll never forget, man. The first day of school, and this was when I was green as hell. I was like in seventh grade. They had a chick try to fight a dude, and he put this chick on the damn stretcher. This is middle school, right? So it's like,
Yeah, they don't give a
it's
fuck.
seventh through ninth grade, but this a hood ass school though. So it's like you got kids that have been kept back 2-3 times. So you got
Yeah.
cats in the ninth grade with like a mouthful of goals, about 5 tattoos. You know what I'm saying? All from the
Can't be
projects.
fucking dangerous minds in that motherfucker.
they got like fucking. These are the niggas that can legally drink at the prom and shit.
Right. And so
Yeah.
you had my first day of school, man. I was going to the band room, and they had a dude coming out of handcuffs and a chick leaving out on the stretcher. And
God damn.
so that's the type of shit, man. Like even hell, I got a couple cousins, that's hood as hell, female cousins. They're like, "Oh, I'll fight a dude." Of course they're older. They're from that Gen X generation. You already know how that generation got down in terms of stuff like that. It was like it was. I mean, it's a wild generation, man.
Yeah,
I'm a fighter
that,
nigga.
that should be a fucking reality show when square kids, when children are squares or square kids go to hood schools.
Yo,
God,
man,
that's
it's
called my high
funny.
school.
It,
Like,
it's
oh my
it's
god.
it's funny because after Katrina, right? I went to school in Georgia and like the suburbs. So to see the different dichotomy between hood inner city schools, where everyone like so in the inner city, if you go on the yellow bus, you're special ed, you're special education. In the suburbs, if you go on the yellow bus, you just like everybody else. That's just what y'all do. Like,
Yeah,
man,
and
when
it's
you're in
like
the
reverse.
city, you just kind of autonomous as a kid, bro. Like you just be going like in the hot spots in the city after school and stuff on a public transportation. You know what I'm saying? With damn dope fiends and shit like that.
Yeah, I never, and that's why I'm
Hmm.
kind of glad because I went to schools like that when I was younger, but when I got into middle school is sixth grade to eighth grade in here in North Carolina, but this is all suburban shit, so they don't even got school. Even in Raleigh, they got two high schools in here. They got three, but it ain't like that where like the city's everywhere, like the building, like it's like downtown, all that. Man, that shit's crazy, yo. That's
Man,
like a whole
I
different
used to
experience.
I used to hate it. Like going from private school, then going to a public high school. Shout out to Lake Clifton. It was like a drastic change because it looked like lean on me. You had the first. Well, they
Yo, I was
cleaned it
just
up.
about to say
They
that.
cleaned it up. Ninth grade year was fucked up, but by 10th grade they cleaned it up because you had niggas getting their hair braided in class, motherfuckers smoking weed in the back. Like god damn, what in the fucking folks in prison that I'm fucking getting into? I'm looking at it like I see why they don't fucking put money into schools. You niggas ain't going or learning shit anyway.
Yeah, and you know these, and so, yeah, and it's like if they give a fuck, they'll go private or they'll move. They'll do one or the other.
See,
I'm gonna tell
I
you.
learned all my bad habits at this middle school, man. I learned how to roll dice, how to play spades, how to play dominoes, and I smoked my first blunt. Man,
And the
needless to
seventh grade.
say, that school was not was not reopened after Katrina.
I'm just like, anytime you have a project in any city, and you like anything after Katrina, you should just like, yeah, fuck it. Just
That's
fuck
pretty
it.
much what they
Like,
did,
just
and
go
that's why
fuck it.
and that's why a lot of these places are starting to like secede, or they're starting to like create their own shit if they got enough money around it. They're doing that in Atlanta, like, and then a lot of black people in Buckhead and shit. I've heard the stories, Joe. These motherfuckers ain't playing with people, and people be thinking like, ain't shit gonna happen. That them fucking developers move quick when they give them a lot of these incentives to do what they do. Man, they move quick. And even out here, they're moving quick, like quicker than a lot of people think, and they that shit get in your ass and you like, oh shit, and it's like ain't nothing you can do because it is what it is. They even started to take Section 8 from people, and that's why people be thinking it's a game. And any of you niggas, I tell them, oh yeah, man, pussies decriminalized. Don't be buying that shit because the reality is you're gonna get scammed, you get fucked over, you might get killed, and then you gonna be seen as like a John fucking with, so you gonna be seen in the wrong. You are a black man, so they're gonna find a way to try to not care
Oh
or
yeah, they gotta.
minimize
Oh,
the
they gotta. I'm
penalty.
gonna put it to you this way: it's not. It's decriminalized for them, not for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like here's the crazy part. Do you really want to fuck some unregulated pussy? You niggas get burnt by regulated pussy, okay? So now you got the pussy Olympics. You know, you got a bitch who got Johnny Storm up in her fucking twat. I don't got shit for you after that. Flame on. Like, God
Man.
damn.
Yeah, they all there's only one housing project that's still standing in New Orleans, and it's been vacant for like 10 plus years. Everything else they turned to mixed income, like living quarters. So it's like it's everybody up in there now, like Asian, white people, black people, Hispanic people. You know what I mean? It's still not the safest neighborhood, but it's nowhere near as crazy as it was before Katrina. I mean, you got a lot of gentrification that's been going on in New Orleans as well. So it's like, man, you'll
That's,
go in like one of the worst hoods in New Orleans, and you'll see like a random Asian lady living right here, a random group of white people like rooming at this one place. It's just crazy because it's like you can see the difference being from here. Because it's like before
wait a
Katrina,
minute.
that's like certain streets
I
you'll be
thought
like, you'll
God said.
never see a white person.
I
You'll
thought
never
God
see a
said he
white
wasn't. Every time I look at Katrina, I thought God said he wasn't going to destroy the earth with water anymore. Like, God damn. Like, Katrina was almost like a godsend for some people. Like, shit.
Man, listen. Katrina was the only thing that could have a natural disaster is the only thing that could have got niggas out of New Orleans, man. Real talk. And it's funny because you have a lot of people from New Orleans that never came back. It's like they seen all the job opportunities in like these major cities like Atlanta and Houston, and large cities like that. They're like, oh, this shit. Even the drug dealers don't want to come back because it was like shit. It's easy to sell drugs out here. Like it was. Had motherfuckers from New Orleans going to different cities, like robbing the drug dealers out there. Like, okay.
Oh my god, he said these
God
niggas are
damn.
green, these niggas are dumb. Okay.
Like I remember,
You know, like,
I was in Atlanta. This dude, I was talking to this dude from Atlanta. He was like, "Man, the drug gang ain't for me, man." He was like, "These New Orleans niggas came for me." Like, "Oh man, that's your blood right there." He was like, "All right, I'm gonna need you off there by Monday morning."
at least he gave him an opportunity. He didn't just kill him. They're not savages now.
Drug dealers try to be, cordial. Doing a hostile takeover. We're doing a not so hostile takeover, but it's still kind of hostile. We're gonna give you about a week to make your money and then move and get the fuck out of here. Just because we care. We
Right,
can't.
right.
We understand how hard it is out here. So matter of fact, we're gonna be nice to give you 2 weeks. 2 weeks notice, just like at a real job. Yeah,
Hey,
2 weeks notice.
even Marlo gave your boy a little time to get off the corner before they came with the bets.
Yeah. Don't try to muscle up and stay for the van.
Nah, man, it's interesting though, man. It's interesting because it's like it's everything is like kind of topsy turvy down here, man. Because like the spot is a part of the city, is real large part of the city called New Orleans East. It used to be a huge like upper middle class area, so it's like once the projects and stuff got tore down and was left vacant, it's like a lot of people from the project moved there. So that's right now, that's like the craziest part of the city. But it's weird because it's so large. Like you literally have like multiple gated communities with people that make like 6+ figures. It's like black middle class, upper middle class neighborhoods within this part of the city. But then you got the parts that's just like crazy. Like people getting since COVID, it's been like the highest car robbery and car theft in like 30 years.
Oh, so like carjacking, huh?
Yeah. That's
Oh
been
yeah,
big, especially with the young
that's how it is.
kids.
That's how it is in Baltimore. Like my first 5 years, you never heard of carjacking. Then after that point, boom, like little teenage motherfuckers carjacking niggas. I'm like, yo, niggas need a gun when they move to the city. God damn.
Bro, there's a white upper middle class neighborhood that's adjacent to my middle class neighborhood, right? It's called Lakeview. It's right on Lake Pontchartrain, right? In that neighborhood, they had 30 cars broken into on one night in that neighborhood.
Hmm.
That
Larceny
shit
from
crazy.
Otto. Good
So
old
what do you
larceny from Otto.
so what do you think about the Dre situation?
Man,
He's like,
it's like she a grown woman, but at the same time, I think about it. I think about a lot of stuff from like an elite person's perspective. Like a lot of times when you look at a lot of elite white people, they'll protect their kids no matter what. Like a lot of black people, they're like, okay, that nigga did it, send his ass to jail. White people like,
well, as long as they don't bite them and defy
Right,
them.
right.
There's a difference between defying other people and defying them.
right. And so I feel like I kind of feel like maybe he should do something to kind of help her get her life back on track. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he should just give her money or something like that, but I think that when you look at a lot of functional families, I mean, you don't owe her nothing. I don't feel like he owes her anything, but I do think like as a father, maybe he should get her some counseling. Maybe set her up, try to give her a leg up in life since she's sleeping in her car. I mean, cause shit, man, it's hard to survive in California. I'm not gonna.
Well,
lie.
she chose to go back to California from Vegas. I mean, my thing is,
okay.
I want to know. I want to know like how much money has he given her overall. I'd be curious for that because that'll inform a lot more about what's going on. Also, she's been moving around. I mean, the thing about it is her youngest kid is 3 years old. So I mean, she's just been out here popping babies, like dropping like it's hot, and it's like really. At the end of the day, the thing that I would want to know, and this is an example I haven't brought up, but I'm gonna bring it up. Like Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh bought his mother a house and she was running like interstate dope through it. Like high level shit. Now that could have destroyed Chris Bosh, real talk. Cause they could have did the same thing they did with Vic. Because they be like, there's no way you didn't know. But so I'm not in a PJ, what does that have to do with her? Well, what my point of me saying that is we know Dre has been giving her money because she said that. And so at the end of the day, it's very clear that she don't know how to make her own choices. And that ain't because she's mentally ill or anything. That's because she ain't never been made to. And it doesn't seem like all the other family members are like that. But it's like I get black people looking at it, well, he got all that money, they should be able to benefit too. But I'm like, yo,
F that. I hate that mentality. But I mean, let's just be honest, man. a lot of these women don't know how to make, don't have good decision making skills. I mean, if we're being honest, bro. Like, I mean, I didn't see. I mean, and it could be some women that are very intelligent. Like, I know some chicks that's like, with like applied mathematics degrees and physics degrees that just, when it comes to the decision making, man, it's not there. It's like a lot of questionable choices.
But and also the thing about it is she'd have, like, I'm just saying, she'd have a much better case if she was married. I mean, this thing about you thinking you just gonna throw your pussy around and do what the fuck you do, be with whatever nigga have it. Like, I'm sorry, that smells too much of I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. Damn you! But then I'm gonna show up with some money. Like,
I mean, that's what these women don't realize. Some guys too, but I think it's more so the women, because like men aren't gonna bitch about the situation. Like, I mean, I've been homeless before, right? And it just was what it was. It wasn't, I didn't feel no. I was actually sleeping in my car for like 6 months. Well, technically, I was sleeping at broads' houses, but sometimes I had to sleep in the car. But...
Yeah, he's like, this nigga was homosexual and out. Luckily, he was in New Orleans where light skin still has value.
That shit is like, that shit has about as much value as Mario getting a star in the fucking South. Boy, you a light skinned nigga, what's up?
Hey, I was gonna say that I mean, guys, we could take certain, like, a lot of women when they sleep in their car, that really messes them up. I didn't see it, because look, man, when I was sleeping in my car, they had about 4 other niggas sleeping in the same parking lot. You feel me? They had one nigga with a brand new F-150 sleeping in the car. I'm like, damn, nigga.
It's a little different when you're sleeping in a $2,300 rental SUV, though. That's kind of different.
Oh, she's in a rental?
Oh yeah. So basically, that shit's. She rented it out for $2,300 for 3 weeks, and she said straight up, she said, "I know this shit getting took. I know this shit." She said.
So wait a minute.
I'm from New Orleans too, man. It's good to hear you, man.
So wait a minute.
Hey, what's going on, baby?
This bitch couldn't get a fucking. This bitch couldn't get a Prius.
Right.
No, I mean, hey, Charles, I don't know why you asked that. She is Dr. Dre's daughter now.
I mean, this is what we talk about.
She's
this is
the
what we talk about,
daughter.
the woman decision making, bro. Like, this, black women in the millennial generation, they just have this thing where they have to live a certain way, man. It's like, okay, like, most of these women would rather get a luxury apartment and a luxury vehicle and live paycheck to paycheck than get some shit they can actually afford and invest the difference. Like, let's just keep it real. I've dated a lot of black millennial women, and that's really their mindset. I need to have the luxury apartment, the luxury car, and I need to go on a couple vacations a year. If they don't have that lifestyle, they're gonna lose their money.
I'm about to give you a pop quiz. True or false? Do you think Boyce Watkins has a Twitch channel?
False.
True. Apparently he does.
True.
According to my Facebook just now, Boyce Watkins live from Twitch. I'm like, nigga, you don't even know what Twitch is.
What the fuck? What fucking games he play on there? How to make millionaires out of nothing?
He be playing that crispy game. With,
I knew you was gonna say that shit.
How to wait? I'm gonna teach you how to play a game called Wait for One for 25 years.
Virtual Monopoly.
Anyway,
wow. Man, he be playing.
New Orleans, man.
So what's up, man? What's up, Kev?
All right. Hey, I was listening to your boy talking about the issues with New Orleans, man. You're right. They just pushed all the projects out to the east right now. Now, I worked
crazy out there.
UPS on Dominant Morrison. So I was a UPS driver down there in the east on Dominant Morrison. So you was right about that. When they closed all them projects uptown and downtown, and they pushed them all out to the east, that caused the issue. Now, the reason why they're stealing those cars now is not because it's like New Jersey Drive where you just going to take a joyride. Or it's not like you may have in Queens or, some of them old days when they would, bring the car to a chop shop. The thing is, them little young dudes beefing, meaning they trying to get at each other. So what they'll do is they'll go all across the city stealing cars and go stick them in an apartment complex so they can have a ready to go vehicle when they're ready to do a drive by. So
Okay,
these dudes
that
are
makes
literally
sense.
just pulling a gun on you, telling you get out, telling you to get out your car and shit like that to take the car, hotwire it later. Or what they're doing is those older model Nissan Altimas and Maximas. When you get close to the car with the key opener or the key starter, what they'll do is sneak in because they know people don't lock their doors immediately. They'll sneak in, and while you walking off, they hit the start button because you're close enough and pull off with your shit. Or they'll be waiting in your car and try to catch you while you're pumping gas because they know it's on there. They have one do, or they'll come in twos, and one will stand there with the gun on you while the other one take the car. But that's why they doing that.
I'm gonna tell you, man, when these women start to get desperate, man, they gonna start scamming like a motherfucker too, or they gonna start getting with dudes that's doing the shit, and they gonna be starting to be used. I mean, that like these niggas, y'all gonna blue pill sipping gonna cost you. Cause these women don't care. Like when you got women like Cardi B talking real casually about, oh man, I used to drug dudes. Like these women don't care. A lot of these Z's and stuff, they don't care. They do not care. And a lot of folks, yeah, man, my people, they can all be redeemed. Okay, nigga. You do you, nigga. You know, like, hey, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying I'm not gonna be around when that shit go down. That's all I'm saying. Don't call me, nigga.
All I'm saying, if you're messing with hood rats
That's
in the next 1 to 5 years, you better take them to a motel.
If that and shit, can
Dr.
shit go
Dre
down
don't.
in the motel?
Dr. Dre don't. Dr.
No,
Dre don't owe his daughter shit. He been taking care of all this time and stuff like that. And you know, and I'm looking at. I mean, we got Tom Benson who owns the New Orleans Saints. He had problems with his kids to the point that he came to his wife and just rationed him something. You know, because I'm grateful. You know, Jackie Chan, he has his kid, you know, that kind of thing there. But I tell my child, my two daughters, and the children that I help raise, my job was you were protected, provided for, and you had a better start than I did. That's it.
yeah, my thing is, I don't really care. I don't really have an issue with him
That's
giving
my
his kids money.
job.
My issue is, I know how they. Here's the thing, you know how it is with black men, where it's like motherfuckers really want to act extra hella entitled. It's like if it's like kind of some mafia shit where you all know what the game is, you all are contributing to certain things. Then fine, I don't have an issue with that. I mean, Boulay do that shit all the time. But when you want to be on some, cause look, what are black people? I'm grown. Okay, you're grown, but you're young too. I'm young when it's time to blame, but I'm grown when I want to do what I want to do. No, if you grown, then be grown. If you veto what I say, that's it.
Look, you talking real talk. Yeah, did you see that Jamie Foxx movie on Netflix with the little girl selling drugs? And she was like, I'm on the trail.
Project Power.
He was like, bitch, you up here selling drugs.
Yeah, I love the ending of that when he popped that pill and that white bitch was like, oh, and then they like, he blew up. That shit was funny because Jimmy Fox was like looking like a beta in that movie, but he in the end he won in the end. So
I mean, you know that you know that that's real talk though, man. There's a lot of young kids that be on that shit. I'm only 19 and all this shit. Yeah, what you think about I don't know if you saw my comment in the group chat about BGS video with Russell and Sierra, man, but he broke that shit. Man, he got the comment I made, I said that new BGS video, he got Russell looking like a damn elf for real. The way
you know, look,
you can't be. It's very hard for him to be a simp. I mean, look,
I'm personally don't care. I personally don't care, but like I kind of have my opinion, but it's not like enough to like, oh well, people have the opposite. But go ahead, Charles.
I'm going to tell people this. Look, no simp is going to ever be able to tell Sierra you can't have sex for a year. Not. Just because you're not fucking doesn't mean I'm not going to be. even if he, so a lot of shit you could tell that
Right.
she follows. She follows.
My biggest thing with that situation is this, okay? Because you have a lot of people that don't know what, like, because even Jason Black has like the completely different opinion on that, and he tries to use and it is what it is. I really could care less either way because y'all made people. BGS has made a good case. He has made a good case, so it is what it is. But people will sit there and try to superimpose their BS onto it that and then try to live life. You should be living life through celebrities anyway.
No.
Sierra, what we can all agree with, number one, Sierra fucked up, yes, but Sierra knew that she fucked up enough to recognize what she had when she had it, and she's probably smart enough to realize that's gonna be the best she gets. And so she not to wind up like because when he did the video compare her to Carrie Hilson, you know what I'm saying? Carrie Hilson didn't realize that. So, Carrie Hilson probably didn't believe that Serge Ibaka would be the best she would get. She probably still doesn't believe that.
Yeah.
Especially being that Serge Ibaka is like 6 years younger than her.
She's yeah, that usually does not work when it comes to women, men like younger women. You think he's gonna date a chick that's 6 years older than him now?
Yeah,
No.
and he had the room to kind of like look. Carrie Hilson was fine enough. He had the room to do that, and if it didn't work out, what is he really losing? Especially since he didn't have a kid. Yeah, I wouldn't. Eve got lucky. I don't give a fuck. No, I wouldn't even call Sierra pull an Eve move because Eve got lucky. Like that's luck. And I'm not gonna hate on Eve because she took advantage of the opportunity when it hit. But Sierra, I would say, is probably more opportunity and skill. But Eve was evil luck. And the reality is, women will think, well, if Sierra could do it, I could do it. That's a delusion.
No, they
Period.
know. See, the one thing about women, they know. They know. They know they can't do that shit.
Right.
Here's the indicator of they knowing.
And by the way, Sierra's older than Russ about 4 years. But go ahead.
Exactly. So guess what? She better bring a lot of beauty and a lot of status, and she brought a lot of money towards him. When a chick, baby mama, not bring you 50 to 60, maybe even $70 million off your jersey sales alone, when you publicly acknowledge that y'all together, she she earned her cost of living. Then you got niggas out there saying, "Well, he's an educated lame." What the fuck are the captain of a football team in high school was a lame? Give me one. I dare you. Any of you niggas.
Yeah,
Well, I think that a lot of black people consider you an educated lane where you're not the typical stereotypical black person, with the hood swag and shit like that.
Go to them Qs, go to them alphas, and I went to Coppin State, and I had classes at Morgan. Hell, I was even upward bound for the summers in high school for Morgan. Them educated dudes are slaying bitches like fucking the Highlander taking heads off.
well,
I
yeah,
mean,
and that's when you start telling. Because see, when you look at, and this is it to jump on all street, but everybody has like ranks in whatever category you want to do it, and that's why educated, like only in the black community do you have educated lane. Like that terminology only exists in the ADOS black community, and it never dawns on the women that maybe that's why y'all can't find nobody that's worth a damn. Because y'all have all these psycho issues that y'all reinforce and y'all right. This is not to say that that y'all shouldn't be fucking with street dudes at all, but they do the same thing to street dudes. When street dudes decide to get on they shit and they doing like either high level blue collar shit, because you can make 6 figure doing HVAC and shit like that. They want to look at them stupid because they don't got the status. So swag is supposed to. It's like everything that matters they don't get, and then you wind up like Nyla says, cursing God, aka black men, because you realize you're fucking washed. And it's like, yo, I don't know, it ain't nobody's fault. Like that's what you did. You like it's kind of like you give somebody. Look, it's like this. Okay, let's say a black man that has genetically gifted and he just fucks his life up because pussy just destroys him, right? He never achieves anything what he could achieve. I'm sure you can appreciate this, BGS can appreciate this, because y'all have seen guys like this where they don't hit their potential because they just let pussy just get them. Like it just is what it is, right? It's the same thing with women, where women, a lot of these women they have this thing called a vagina, and they just basically it's like a fucking a cell phone that you just keep on dropping, cracking that you don't protect with a case. And then you look at that motherfucker broken, destroyed, can't make a call, can't do shit, and you want to call AT&T like this is bullshit. Like, well, first of all, bitch, we don't make the phone. Second of all, like insurance ain't even gonna cover that shit. It's so fucked up. Like, I'm sorry, you only get one phone. Well, no, you only get one phone, but I know you gonna still pay this AT&T bill. I know you about to pay that. Otherwise, your credit card. This is how women are with their vagina, and then they want to blame everybody but themselves. I was watching that Fresh and Fit shit, and Donovan Sharp was breaking that shit down. Donovan Sharp said, "Man, back in the day, I used to say dudes were any dude. Grizzly would appreciate this. Any dude that wants to exit out of the game or not date, I would call him a loser. I was very pro. You're weak if you leave the dating market." He said, "Now I get it." He said, "I get it. These bitches are great." He said, "I get it. I still wouldn't do it, but I get it."
I'm gonna just tell you what it is and what it ain't. A lot of dudes, like I had to do this little social experiment with my friends. What are your 5 requirements for you to date a woman? If she does not meet those 5, or one of those 5, you can't date her. One of my friends said, "Well, requirements is a little dominant." Just saying. I guess I'm a simp now. I'm like, guess so. But the other ones was like, I need to get my life together before I make requirements. I asked females this shit. Do you know how fast they came out with their shit? Bam, 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 bam. A lot of niggas out there don't even see themselves on a certain platform. Well, he's an educated lame. He's a this. Look, most of you are not athletic, so let's get the fuck out of there. Most guys are average looking, just like the girls. Most guys are in average shape. Most guys are average living. When you look at Russell and Sierra, guess what? They're multimillionaires. When did you see Sierra date a broke nigga? A lot of niggas talk about, well, Future, he's a pookie, he's this. No, Future's a simp. Future's a simp. If you look at the nigga, especially when he was in high school, he wasn't banging more chicks than Russell Wilson. No, he looked like he was trading Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
And that goes for Drake too.
Yeah, Drake, him and Drake look like they would battle Pokemon.
And you know that's the worst dudes that ain't really got
never had it like that.
That's the dudes that wild out in their 20s, and Drake sure enough did that, man. Goddamn.
Yeah, and that's so, and with that, but I'm gonna tell you what Future Drake have in common, and this probably is separate from Russell Wilson because he was always kind of on that track. It was just a matter of will he get to the level he got, right? But you like men can reinvent themselves. They really can if they get the keys to do it. Like if you look at Drake back in Degrassi days, which I don't know, I came up before that. I came up before like Alex Mack and shit like that. Not that, but it's a completely different person.
Alex Mack, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that's before they redid Nickelodeon. That was all when what's the chick Amanda Bynes before she was crazy.
Salute your shorts, I guess.
Man, do you understand? Amanda Bynes would pretty much be like Tina Fey now if she wouldn't have went nuts. Because white people would have. She actually had talent. White people would have been all up giving her everything. Oh, this is a white girl. This is the white girl. You know what I'm saying? But she went crazy, and her shit was worse than Lindsay Lohan. Because Lindsay Lohan
went.
Yeah, somebody make up some propaganda. Yeah, man, she fucked the black guy, and she just never came back.
I told you, blind, crippling, crazy. You know that dick could drive you crazy.
The motherfuckers are trying to make that. I wouldn't be surprised white dude do that. They try to make that like a fucking cautionary tale. Like they give Amanda Bynes some money to like do a book that even though it's some complete bullshit, but they'll try to make that a cautionary tale to other white women. Like you will wind up like her ass. She could have had it all, but she chose you like Game of Thrones. Like so, you choose black dick, then, huh? You choose BBC.
And I'll take it again too.
Well,
yeah, man. That's the thing about the black community since the crack era. It's like, I mean, I remember when I was younger. They had actual certain classes within the black community, but now it's like the hood persona. I think BGS said this on the stream recently, like how like sagging and like certain aspects of like hood black culture has become ingrained into like all black culture. So now you even have like, you know, middle class and up people doing shit that only hood people used to do back in like the 80s and 90s and shit.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Because the thing about it, and this is funny, because going back to that video with um shit, I might go to get it and play. No, I don't want to do all that. But with Tommy and A to Z on A, because Tommy was on A to Z's channel. She was talking about we got to protect culture, and it's like, no, y'all talking like there's a lot of subcultures, but y'all talking about one culture. Y'all are not talking about, yeah, man. When you talk about black people, you talk about black culture. No, when we talk about black culture, we're talking about a certain sub type of culture. We're not talking about like all black people. You take it the wrong way because you buy into such culture. And so the problem is, like, honestly, people need to just separate, in my opinion. But
I agree.
they're protecting some shit, and it's like, no, this is why that's anyway. You get what I'm trying to say. But
Even I've talked to chicks like one of my exes, right? I think I mentioned this on the stream with BGS, but I mean, she grew up in an all white town, like never. Her only exposure to black people outside of her family was like, you know, through TV. And when she got to college, and so her idea of black culture was all of this ratchet shit that she seen on MTV. You know what I'm saying? And she like imitated some of that, and she kind of gravitated towards some of that because that's what she saw as like, you know, this was the holy grail. This is our culture. Where not realizing like, okay, that's really it's just a subculture within a black community that has proliferated throughout different classes. Because, like I say, man, my dad grew up middle class. You know, Cosby's type stuff. Like his mom was a teacher. She had a master's degree, but as a silent generation black person. You know, and my grandfather was a business person, and so you know they was very much very Cosby-esque in the way that they behave. You know what I mean? Like the way they dress, the way they behave, their values. So it was cool to get to see that distinction where now it's like, shit, man, I got cousins that make like, you know, six figures and they rocking grills and, you know, they professional people when they, you know, at their job, you know, but when it's time to hang out with fam, it's like, you know, they got the grills, you know, they got other things that may be associated with like hood culture going on because they grew up in those environments. You know what I mean? That's another thing that messes and blends up black culture.
Oh yeah,
too.
because you're not black enough unless you get a grill. You're not black enough unless you sag your shit. Like
yeah,
it's
and
like we
that's
always want to be. I'll put it to you this way. Even when you look at the alphabet community, why do they got to be the biggest stereotypes among us? If it's the guy, he's got to be the ratchet chick. If it's the girl, she got to be the super thug. Like, god damn, that's what you think masculinity and femininity in our culture is? Fuck that.
Let me just say this one thing real quick. One reason that we have this going on in our community is that you did have a lot of boomers and Gen Xer that was like, you know, like y'all probably heard this from black people, like, man, you know, I want my kid to go to a black school so they could know how to fight and shit like that. Y'all ever heard of black people with money say that shit? So one thing that we have in the black community that I don't see as much in other communities is the blending of classes. And so you'll have, you know, black middle class people, and they'll send their kids to like public school with the kids in the projects and, you know, the kids in the hood. And so, I mean, if you grew up in that type of environment, you have to adapt to your environment. Like, you're not going to survive long acting like Carlton from Fresh Prince, you know, up and down. It's gonna be like that episode of Fresh Prince when Carlton was acting hood when he went back to Philly with Will.
And that's the type of shit that black people don't like refuse to talk about because they just refuse to talk about. They'll do what I call emotionally flipping the table, because if you start to engage in those conversations, now people are gonna start to feel bad and all this other bullshit. And this is why, quite frankly, women shouldn't even be in the room. But see, if you take women out the room, then it's gonna start being like what David Carroll said. You're gonna start seeing a lot of these niggas get emotional as hell. That's really what it comes down to.
Man. That's the thing. Like, that's the whole thing with this guy. That's the thing that makes the black community recovering so difficult, because what I've come to understand is that when you're raised by women, predominantly women, and you don't really have any strong male figures, your whole perspective on life changes. And it's not just exclusive to ADOS black people, right? Like I've seen the same type of emotionalism within men of other races who were raised by single moms. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about white dudes. You know, they'll have that same feminist mentality. You know, they'll have that same female emotionalism within them. So you know, that's one of the things that make turning the community around so difficult, is that you do have so many matriarchal males, as I like to call them, that have the minds of their mothers. You know.
No, I'm just watching this meme talk about. I'm trying to realize. I'm trying to hold on. What does it say? It says me trying to decide if I want to forgive her for catching me cheating. That's
I
just funny
will.
as hell.
I will forgive her from a distance.
Hold on, let me show you this. This is funny as fuck. Yeah, what's up, Clutch?
Yo, what's good, y'all?
Yeah, whenever we talk about how niggas ain't shit, Clutch will show up.
Look, and speaking of class separation and what's deemed black and what's deemed not, dude, right now, I'm saying this unapologetically that I'm doing the top 5 most non-black or most quote-unquote white thing you can do. You guess what it is right now?
Eating cheese and crackers.
No, I did that earlier this week.
Nah, because you got Lunchables, yo, so you can hood that up too. You can
Yeah. And no, flossing.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know it. You know, come on.
Hold on, we got
play this.
Let's see, hold on, like try to watch like catching me cheating.
You're so stuck on yesterday, still stuck in your old ways. I've changed, I'm not the same. So done with playing games. You're so stuck on yesterday.
That's just so funny. I swear, Hoodville. Shout out to this brother, 7.4 million.
Yeah, I gotta shout out to Stephen A. Smith, because he put me on this fire ass HBCU jacket that I got. That shit took forever to get, but damn it, I finally got it. It's a dope ass. It's like a HBCU Letterman jacket.
Oh yeah, Steve. You know, Stephen A. Smith don't give a fuck. Stephen Smith, he got that Janitor's Clutch energy. He like, I got paid. Fuck you niggas. You can't tell me shit. And then what happened to the black girl? They like, why are you Stephen A. Smith? I say that about Stephen A. Smith. And people took up for saying so. Man, Stephen A. Smith should help the black girl get paid. Jesus, man, shit. All that, you know, all the work he did for fucking for that company, man, that bitch.
You talking about Maria Taylor?
Yeah. Look, she'll be all right. You'll see her when she covering football. Cause that's
didn't she leave ESPN?
Yeah, she left ESPN. Yeah, she went to NBC Sports.
Oh, okay.
They ain't say how much they paid her. That's because they ain't gave her nothing. They ain't gave her nothing.
Because the bitch should have stayed where she was. I think I should get paid more. Why?
Because he a nigga and I'm better than that nigga. Shit.
Y'all
gave
nigga,
the
please.
nigga.
You know what they would have said? Nigga, please.
Man, listen, I need eye candy like that on ESPN.
No,
well, I mean,
no.
Aaron Taylor.
That's not what the fuck you speaking about. That's all I care about. Don't tell me about. Well, you gotta understand. He needs to man up, and I would just slowly look at her. Fuck you, don't man it up.
I like that little light skinned chick. I can't remember her name.
Oh yeah, this is funny. When Bill Cosby got out of prison, R. Kelly hearing Bill Cosby got out of prison. Come on.
It should have been me, not him. It's not fair. It should have been me, not.
These people, these. Let's see. This is a good one too. Sometimes I wish I was 10 years younger and get paid to do this bullshit.
Pretty much. Shit, like goddamn, you at least gonna be what, 36 next year?
Yeah, I'll be 35. Yeah, y'all, God, why you remind? Yeah, you're right. It will be 36 next year. In 4 months, it'll be I'll be 35.
Like I'll be 40, dude, next year.
Damn, we getting
Don't
old.
don't
Only
look it.
40?
Don't look it. Don't feel it. Shit.
Hey, this is when Simone Biles tried to shoot her first shot. He was
Mm.
like, "Nah, man, I like white girl. I like tall white girls like Taylor Swift." That's what he said. That is Jimmy Butler's type. Jimmy Butler
Hold
used to
up,
be
hold up,
homeless too.
hold up. Somebody send me that shit because that is true about black chicks. She was like, I got 4 felonies, 6 kids, 8 baby moms, credit score 372. You said 6'7". Huh? Send me that shit.
You know, it's a lot of white chicks that I think it's a lot of American chicks in general that like tall guys. I mean, all chicks like tall guys, but I
They,
don't
Well,
they,
think it's as
it's the degree. It's the intensity to the degree.
I don't think it's that
Yeah.
high intensity in
yes, it
like
is.
Africa and Latin America.
Because all the motherfuckers are
Because them
tall
motherfuckers
anyway.
shut as hell over there.
Well,
Well, depends on the country, but
but you go to fucking to Latin America, not too many tall people.
yeah, Latin America or most parts of Africa either. Depends on what
Which is
part, but
another reason they not big on the height. You know, obviously
right.
you get value when it comes to the being lighter skin. See, this is why Latin women are winning now.
Now that's I've been having a little Latin fever this year, so that light skin shit is true because I could blend in with their ass. They don't know I'm not one of them until I
Yeah.
tell them. Goddamn it!
Yeah,
From distance.
Well, usually it's how you walk if they really looking, but a lot of times Latin women will come up to me and speak that fast Spanish, and I'm not just talking about Mexican, I'm talking about Colombian as well, and they be looking white as hell. Like I'm one of them. I'm like, no, I don't do that. Like that's what it used to be when I worked in the call center, because I used to go into some of the Latin call centers, as far as like checking it for shit and inspecting and stuff in Santo Domingo and stuff. So yeah, and motherfuckers, even the cops think I'm Hispanic. Like, don't get out of the car, senor. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, shit.
You'll find out when I get my license.
Hey, I will take that to my advantage, Edward, because some of these dark skinned sisters be acting funny, so it's all good.
Yeah, but like, when you go through her phone and she on the same shit as you.
Late at night, kiss me in the morning or late at night.
Them niggas call us.
Long as you come through, I'ma make you come.
And then niggas get on a panel talking to us. Man, fuck these bitches, yo.
Fuck these bitches. I thought I was the only one who get the hoe. Say what now?
I remember I saw a meme and say, ladies, please stop cheating back. We not strong enough. That shit was funny, boy.
Yeah,
I just caught up on a couple of my shows, man, these past couple of weeks. I finally caught the most recent episode of Ozarks, and I finished season 4 of Better Call Saul. So
okay, yeah, Ozark is shit. Especially season 1 where he was walking, he saw that much. Especially because Ozark takes place in Chicago before they went to where they were going. So I was like, dude, drop from that building. He said, hold on. He said the best sound I ever heard is when he smacked that pavement and she punched him in the face twice. Oh man, Jason Bateman is that dude. That's
yeah. The only problem I have with that show is the fact that young dude is smashing his old ass grandmother. And the fact that shit has gotten matriarchal as hell.
Oh yeah, The last season.
It's like women empowerment season.
Yeah, they went for it. They said we got to give her some shine. Yeah, and it's funny. It's matriarchal in a white way too. It's straight.
Look, think about it, Edward. Think about it, Edward. Spoilers for anybody that don't want to know spoilers. So the Mexican cartel middleman got killed off, and they replaced him with a woman. The hillbilly heroin dealer, he got killed off, and his wife replaced him. And now Jason Bateman's character is kind of getting like overshadowed, or like she's trying to take over the decision making in the family. So it's like, even the new characters that they had in the when they was trying to sell a casino, and the lady was the one that was doing the negotiating. She was talking about how her husband was a weak man. I'm like, damn, they just going all matriarchal on this motherfucker, boy. God damn.
Yeah, and it's in the white way too with the passive aggression.
Right.
Yeah, my bad. Shout out to Clutch, man. No, it's like it's on the. I ain't about to do something. I do live. It's crazy. He inboxed me or something. What did Archer send me? Archer sent me some shit to the. Let me stop this. Y'all be like, nigga, what's nigga going on in Allen Edwards DMs? All right, yeah, we're about to wrap this up because it's about to get 10:44. I got a burnt copy of a certain movie, F9, to check out. You know.
I'll hit you guys up later.
Yeah. Peace out.
All right, fellas.
Yeah, absolutely. Peace out. So anyway, y'all, this has been just a little hangout, real light, real great. I'll check that out tomorrow in a sec. He said, bro, I'm 5'7", and I get Mexican chicks more than anyone. I mean, you can get black women. I mean, all black women are not really on the height thing. You just got to sift through them. That's the secret. I believe it's like 5'8", but you might be right. I mean, the point is, like, I know a lot of people get sensitive about that. Shout out to Xanatos. But, no, I'm not simping at DMs. No. If anything, I don't holler at women in my DMs. I do business in my DMs. So, and also what you saw, those motherfuckers reaching out to me. So the thing about it though is, like, bro, can you do a bomb ass? Bro, you can get a bomb ass thing. Yeah, and that's why, because the thing about it is, if you get your money right and all that, and I'm not saying you can't get a black woman, because big boy is short. So, yeah, don't let that shit fool you. But the thing about it is, if you go into situations like let's keep it all over one. You'll never catch me on Fresh and Fit. Like, you know why? Because you already know the first thing one of them bitches gonna say. You already know. And I'm not even saying it's a bad thing. That's just what they gonna say. Oh, well, nigga, you short. You ain't getting no business. I'd have to show up with a female that's badder than any of them. Talk about, man, who the fuck is named him 500? Anyway, y'all, it's been great. Y'all make sure y'all hit me up in the Cash App. That'd be most appreciated. Gave you this stream late night. And we're about to end it. With that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace. Hi. I show up with a picture with Jessica X's avatar. Just throw that shit, slam that shit on there like a card. Anyway, peace out.